Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Hello, E.T. Glad you could make it. Joe, Bill, Tommy J, Going Gray, Andy, Black Sheep, how are you? Who else is in here? Everybody's saying hello to each other, which is always great. That's what it's all about. Gator, how you doing, Jake? And I think I covered everybody. Oh, Johnny's here. Hey, Johnny, how you doing? And Brock's here. And I think he just got, well, we'll leave that and let him tell that. Two things this morning. One is Mitch is feeling a little under the weather, so I think he maybe ate some bad food or something. So anyway, I don't know if he'll make it this morning. Um, if he's watching and just relaxing, hello, how you doing? Hope you feel better. Hey, Chris, how you doing? David, how you doing? Um, and the second thing is to say hi again to I think I forgot the other morning to Richard Travels, him and his mom, if they watch. Like I say, I always kid with him that he watches the intros, just the intros and the outros, because he made them for me. So, but I hope you guys are well. I hope you had a good holiday. I hope everybody's healthy, and that's about that. Let's see, Ty Britt Abroad, how you doing? I just watched your video last night. Didn't get a chance to comment, but good morning to you, Andy. The airport. Let's see. Andy's saying, what tennis player threatened with legal action? Visa rejected at Melbourne airport. Hey, the Australians, man. I don't know, man. I don't know how you guys handle it so well. I think I'd be freaking out. Hey, Randy, how you doing? I'm sure that they're going to get all their stuff together. I think everywhere in the world is, even though the numbers are going through the roof. I think around the country. I think they're handling it quite well. Like I said, I still know my brother and one other friend. You know, both had that variant, and like a cold type thing over in 3 or 4 days. So if that's what it's going to be. Hey Gary, how are you? Glad you could make it. But yeah, so that I think is looking good. I don't know what's going to happen in Thailand. I think things are up and down and sideways. You just have to watch the government channels and see what they're doing. Thanks for posting that, Jake. There's Thai Brit Abroad. Let's see. What else was I going to do? Hope you all had a good Christmas. Yeah, we did. I hope you did too. I hope everybody did, and hope 22 is going to be a better year for everybody. I'm hoping. Well, I kind of did. I was. I did this one, and I stated this is going to be probably the last live stream from, at least from this house, thank God. And so I figured I'd do it. My wife is going to go over this morning. Actually, a whole bunch of them stayed over at the other house last night. The kids, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, and an aunt that came in from Bangkok. So my mother-in-law came over this morning early, and now my wife will take her back in the truck with, she cooked everything here, and taking back sticky rice and whatever she cooked, probably fried pork or lamu. I don't know, something, maybe rice soup. I don't know. But anyway, they excuse me for 1 second. Okay, that should work. There we go. I had to do one thing real quick. So yeah, so they're doing that. The house looks great. They finished the kitchen. I did a little short on the kitchen. The kitchen, I think, looks great. I'm not really happy with the placement of the oven, but I don't cook out of the oven too much, and I've got the other oven, the 70-liter countertop one, so I'll have both. So I will probably use that one as a secondary type thing. But that was probably the only thing that I really didn't like in the way that the kitchen turned out. I designed the kitchen, so there was some problems here and there with my design, but I think it looks pretty good. Um, I think it looks okay. Thanks, Black Sheep. Yeah, I can't wait to get in there and cook because I have a little converted bedroom here at this house where I put in some tables, a little refrigerator, and blah. And that was my kitchen, and then the kitchen of the house was actually the Thai kitchen. So now it's going to be just the opposite. My kitchen is inside, and I'll be building the Thai kitchen. In fact, the Thai kitchen is going to go in first. Um, the I was going to do the plunge pool, but my wife wants to do the Thai kitchen. And I guess the only reason that we haven't really started on it already is we have to walk around the house 20 times. I don't know for the blessing, and if we were had that there, it would have been tough for everybody to walk around. I don't know, but anyway, so that's why we're going to start. We'll probably start next week because she's going to need it. She's going to cook, and I don't really want my kitchen invaded. uh, so hopefully, I mean, emergencies, whatever's going to be. But like I said before, not going to be with my refrigerator and stuff like that. It's not going to be attacked. She'll have two refrigerators outside, and it should be nice. We're designing that now. Um, the outdoor Thai kitchen. It'll be nice. It'll be nice. If I'm missing anything, the design was lost in translation. Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Gary. Yeah, I like it, man. It turned out pretty good, I think. A lot of the cabinets are really high. Like even the ones that are above the sink, I'm going to be able to access maybe the bottom shelf of those. The one above the refrigerator is basically going to be for storage. But I've got enough storage, and then I've got enough counter space with the island. I think it turned out pretty good because it's actually kind of to me, it's a small kitchen. To a Thai person, it's probably a big kitchen. I don't know. But I am going to have him above the sink add another shelf about maybe tall enough to hold, you know, two or three stacks of plates and a bunch of glasses. And it'll be maybe could be almost 5 feet long and about, I don't know, 12 inches high, something like that, to store some stuff. That's the only change that I see right now. I do have to get another piece of stainless steel for the hood that was going from the hood to the ceiling. It's about 6, 8 inches short, and it. What happened? Oh, okay. Um, and we'll probably get that today, maybe. My wife will go over. I'll take the scooter over after I get done with this, and I was going to rest a little bit today. 3:30, I think, is the doctor's appointment I have today. So I will. Let me go. Okay. So hopefully everything will go good with that. I'm sure it will. I feel fine. He just wanted he changed. I think he changed a medication, and he wanted me to come in like about 3 weeks ago in the middle of the holidays and all that, and I just postponed it. So I think it'll be fine. Let's see what ET says. Thai kitchen, Thai cooking, oily stuff, and a bit smoky. Yeah, and I'm gonna actually make it. It is wide open on the side of the house, but I think we're gonna end up enclosing it. I'll end up putting a door right there close to where the what I'm calling the carport area deal is, and then it'll probably be in my feet. It'll probably be, I don't know. It's probably about 12, 14 feet long. So what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3.5 meters, something like that. And it's about a meter and a half, almost 2 meters wide. So it should be a nice kitchen, and we're not going to just put in like, you know, crud stuff. I mean, we're gonna have the counters built, and I'll probably, though, instead of having the custom cabinets made, I'll probably buy the stuff that you put in from like Taiwazadu, Do Home, whatever, one of the ones, and put that in. Make sure she has enough shelves. So, like I said, she'll have the refrigerator we have here, which is actually kind of big for Ty. And then I don't know if I'm going to keep the little refrigerator in my bedroom or maybe I'll put that outside. But either way, then she's going to have cooktop plus the oven and the three burner combination, almost like American style oven that I would call, and then a two burner cooktop. So she'll have plenty of stuff to cook. Let's see. What is this one? What are you asking about? Not sure what's up. I can hear all other audios, other channels, but this dropped off. I'll be back. All right, Gator. How is the audio? Anybody? Hey, Cobus, I didn't see you come in. Just dropping in for a bit to say hi and all wishes. Thanks, Cobus. I appreciate it. And I really don't know, since that brings that to another fact. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a live stream. There's going to be so much crap going on. I don't think, if I do, I might do something for maybe 15, 20 minutes before it starts or something. Yeah, but there's going to be people there that are going to video it. So there will definitely be video out on it. But I think trying to do a live stream is too ambitious for me. I'll be lucky to get over there and get my diaper and my clothes on just to do the thing. Thanks, Randy. I appreciate it. Like I say, I love my $15 plug and play. Thank you, thanks, guys. Plug and play microphone. Like I said, I think I'm going to buy another one from Lasada just to have as a backup when this one doesn't work anymore, because they're cheap, and I really like it. And I like the ability that I can just plug my headphones directly into it because I'm not too high tech. You guys know that. Everybody saying hello. We must see you in the tie diaper. Yeah, I know. Maybe I'll do a calendar. What do you think? Yeah, definitely. There will be. I'm sure there will be a lot of ribbing. I think even if I do even though I haven't tried them yet, but because I can't type with a crud. But what I think I might do is if I do a video, a video of the wedding house ceremony or the party and everything, I think I'll do a premiere. That way, you guys can rib me directly, and I can still answer. So it'll make it kind of fun anyway. Um, no lie, I'm disappointed. Yeah, I know. It's still not out of the question yet, Black Sheep. But the more I think about it, man, it's the way stuff's going right now. It's just like a barrage of stuff. I don't see how my wife handles it all. She's got it all shoved in her head. The booze, we just went yesterday and picked out the stuff for the Buddha area outside to get that delivered and set the tables and the karaoke guy. And I mean, it's amazing. It's like, I mean, I've done 2 or 3 weddings. So, I've got some kind of idea. This time she's taken on pretty much the whole brunt of everything. She's an amazing woman, as you guys know. Um, let's see. My Chuck dropped in. Oh, there he is. Hey, how you doing, Chuck? Glad to see you could make it. Um, yeah, so I don't know. But like I said, there'll be plenty of video and plenty of ways that you guys can rib the living crap out of me about my diaper. We'll have to see. Yeah, I noticed. I just watched your video too, Chuck. And just so you know, so you you actually believe me that I watch most of them. You did say hi to me, and when there was a little Santa in there, I did catch that. I kind of like that. I think Paige liked that too because I think she said hi, Dave. But anyway, I like being Santa Claus and whatever else people want to call me. It doesn't bother me at all. Um, Regular Joe, how you doing, man? I will try to video over you. Yeah. It'll be fun. I'm really kind of grateful that Chuck and Paige are going to be able to make it. Um, I don't know if Mitch is. He's feeling under the weather, so I don't know if he will or not. Like I said, he needs to stop eating bad food. Yeah, Gandalf. Yeah, I don't care what they call him. Santa's. They're both good. I got no problem with them. But it ought to be a bunch of fun. I did meet a guy, which was kind of interesting. I went over to the only place in Surin that actually serves a decent hamburger, and this gentleman from Iceland. I met him, and I invited him to the wedding. Actually, we talked for maybe 45 minutes or an hour. Very nice gentleman. Uh, and I don't know anybody here pretty much in Suriname to even, go out for lunch occasionally or whatever. I spoke excellent English, and we, we had a good conversation. So I invited him. I'm waiting to send him the stuff, so hopefully he'll show up. But I think we got like a table or two set aside, and got plenty of food for Paige. I think there's fish, whole fish. There's a good assortment of food. They're definitely not going to go hungry or thirsty. So I know that there was a problem on getting from the party to the hotel, but we'll try to remedy that for some people. Um, let's see. Am I missing anything? If I am, guys, put it back up again. All right, Cobus, man. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. I know you're busy. Um, I don't think I missed anything. I'm horrible when they say. I still don't understand. I can't figure out how Chuck and Joe and them guys do it when they've got, 200, 300 people, or James in the chat. I can barely do it with. Yeah, definitely, Leo. They asked me about that. I said, I'm not a big drinker, but everybody that I have met and hung with drink Leo, so it will definitely be Leo. No, and the whatever the whiskey is, and then we'll probably have a couple bottles of some good whiskey on the side. But I won't. You won't see me intoxicated. It'll never happen. Maybe right before I die, just so everybody can go, "What was that all about?" But yeah. So thanks, Cobus. It should be a good time. I'm really looking forward to it, and I want to get it over and get moved in. I doubt we're going to move in on the 10th. We might move some stuff, or the 9th. I mean, the 10th is probably when we're going to end up getting there. The kids already moved their beds and 50% of their stuff, so they'll get the rest of their stuff in. And like I said, 5 of my oldest daughter's friends are coming in, and they're going to do a Thai dance uh, exhibition, demonstration, whatever it is, and she's very good at it. Very proud of her. She's very good at what she does. But it ought to be a good time. Chang for me. Yeah, if you were coming, I would definitely make sure there was some there for you, Brock. In fact, I answered one of your things. I don't know if you saw it yet. You said something about it's Aussie deal to have a beer in the refrigerator. Good luck for the house, move it into the house. So I said, get your ass over here to Thailand so you can help me drink them. Leo R. Chang, I'm happy. There you go, Gary. Yeah, I they asked me that, and I said, I don't know. Everybody that I've drank, I like the Leo. I mean, the couple of beers that I've, the handful, 10, 5 beers, 6 beers that I've drank since I've been in Thailand, have all been Leo. So gotta go. I'll check back and live later. Okay, have a good one, regular Joe. Sounds like a great time coming to us. It was 1,000 miles away. Yeah, it would have been nice if everybody was here. But whoever's here, like I said, hopefully they'll come. The ones that can. Tom will come, I think. His wife and his daughter. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time. Um, like I said, I'm not gonna. I'll video some stuff. I'll have the daughters put the 7 and the 9 GoPros in their hands and just let them take random videos, and then I'll put something together afterwards. And I'm sure Chuck will probably get the most unappealing pictures of me and put them up so you'll be able to watch them. Hey Joe, how you doing? Hey, Joe's super chat for my wife. I'll make sure that she gets it. We will be doing that, and I don't know if you watched Chuck's deal. I don't think he did a reel per se just on the school that he does every year, but he did put some. I saw it and get to watch all the videos. But if you get a chance, watch that. He does it, and we're going to do the ice cream thing, like I said, as soon as we get settled in over there and can get over to the school, because I know they're all looking forward to it, because their best friend has told them that we're going to be bringing over ice cream soon. So I don't know, Gary. He's a little sickly. I think he ate something bad again, and if he would have. I think he was planning on coming today, and so that's not going to happen. And tomorrow's what, Friday already? So if I had to guess, I'd say probably not. He probably won't. But I know that he's down, bummed out about that. Because he's already got in his mind that he might not. I don't know. Food poisoning sucks. I don't know if anybody's. I only had it one time, and it was the worst crap I've gone through. It's horrible. Um, let's see. Thanks again, Joe, for the super chat. And I think I'm caught up on everything. I don't think anybody asked any other questions or anything. So yeah. So anyway, it's not too exciting. Exciting. There wasn't a bunch of stuff happening. There was one thing that I wanted to talk about real quick. Somebody had asked me in the comments, and I said that in the next live stream I would kind of touch on it a little bit. Is driving scooters or motorcycles here in Thailand, and this particular person wanted to know if they should get their license, motorcycle license, wherever they were, or get it when they got here to Thailand, and kind of give them a little heads up on what's going on. Here's the way I feel about it. I've been on two wheels since I was two, and I'm a little intimidated driving through Bangkok or some of the areas, some of the high density areas. If you're not used to it, man, I would just take a taxi and or get a car or something. I don't even know the percentages, but they're real high on people that die in Thailand on scooters, and really high for foreigners that die on scooters in Thailand. If you're someplace like me in Surin, where you're on the outskirts, and you want to get a scooter and you get your license and then you get your Thai license, I was imagining they're moving here, and the place where you can practice and go out and stuff like that, like out on the outskirts where I'm at, the traffic's okay. Downtown Surin, what I call downtown Surin, it can get a little dicey, but not even compared to a lot of the places in Thailand. They just don't watch, man, unless you're, like I said before, I'm defensive. I'm a defensive driver. I've been that way. Probably what kept me alive. I've been, my only mode of transportation between 15 and a half and 18, I think, or so was a motorcycle. So, and like I said, I'm always watching my peripheral vision, everything. I see everybody. And I can almost tell now, being here 3 years, the people in front of me, people coming up on me, Thai people, foreign people, whatever. I can 99% of the time tell you in my mind, while this is all happening, what they're going to do. Are they going to stop? Are they going to run into the back of me? Are they going to, so I'm a little different case than most people. But if you've never ridden a motorcycle religiously or a good part of your life, just be careful. If you're going to move to a place that's on the outskirt of a town, and you can, practice a lot and not be around a lot of traffic, then just slowly get yourself into something. But to jump into it, and let's say you were moving to Pattaya, I would say I wouldn't do it. It's not worth your life. Like even if Chuck is here, he loved the motorcycle or the scooter rides, or motorcycle rides, and is ready to do it again. But he's going to, rent or borrow or whatever he has to do. He's not going to buy anything. He's come pretty much out and said that because of the danger. When we're all together, the chances come down quite a bit, but it still can happen. It doesn't. It's a split second deal. So, and I'm looking forward to the next motorcycle ride, and I think it's going to be in March. I'm hoping anyway. Yeah, I need four wheels. Yeah, I don't blame you, Gary. A lot of people do. Key West was pretty rental school. Yeah, any place that's like jam packed, and it isn't just Thailand. I mean, I heard Vietnam is like worse than Thailand, and they lay on their horns. So I just be careful. There's no reason to die coming to Thailand to retire. That's what my wife is all about now too. She's like, "Why are you doing this?" It's just in my blood, man. I have to have that wind in my face. Even with the new scooter, it's got that electric windshield, and I can bring it up and take all the air off my chest, my head, everything. And I find myself, lowering it to get a little air in the face. It's just something I grew up with. I don't know. Alexander, man, how are you? Uh, I haven't ridden in 20. Yeah, it's just like hey, Randy, thank you. My contribution to the party. Uh, Thank you very much. I will do that. The ice cream fund, I think, is what we'll put it towards. Thank you, Randy. Catch Bay, how are you? just rent a car. It's not so, yeah, yeah. It isn't. It just isn't worth it. Like I said, if you me, I just can't. I don't know. I just couldn't be without it. I tried to explain that. Hey, Baldy, I couldn't. I could. I don't know. I don't want to say live without it. But I told her my life would be not as good. I don't know how to explain it without the ability to ride. Do I have to ride? Take off on rides every day and ride through middle of Pattaya in the middle of Bangkok. You guys know when I've been on bikes a long time. I took from Pachuap Kurikon to Surin 11 and a half hours straight on the way home from that bike ride. And it was grueling, let me tell you. Uh, let's see what Mark was. Is Mark did this for the first thing I had to ride or the bike in junior high school? I remember one time I was waiting for a light to turn green, and my bikes had slipped underneath and went down in the rain. Yeah, it doesn't take much, and I went down on the bike trip, messing around just in a gas station. Went to put my foot down, hit in my thongs, which everybody gave me crap about. But the sand went out from underneath me, and I came off the bike. And it just fell right over. I was doing a half a mile an hour or something. But it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to do that, and it doesn't take much for somebody. And my wife's mainly concerned. I don't drive at night either, or I try not to. But the I try not to do that. And there are a lot of people. My wife's worried about the not only as a type only Thai people, but just drunks in particular on the road. This doesn't take much. I mean, a car versus motorcycle or scooter, it just isn't a fair deal. But yeah, it's the one I told the story when I was Mark when I was I had a Honda 90 when I was 12. Or how old are you when you're in junior high school? And I decided I was gonna. It had a straight pipe on it. It was actually, was it half inch or 3/4 inch galvanized steel is what I made the straight pipe out of, and rode that to high or to junior high school and parked it in the bike racks and got pulled out of my class in the mid morning with my mom and the principal staring at me saying he's not allowed to drive on to school. So had to take that back home, but I always had bikes, always. Our convertibles. What was this? How you doing? I don't know if I met you before. How you doing, Miss? Our convertibles thing. Um, I think so. I mean, the only thing here during the rainy season, it isn't going to be quite a hot commodity. But I mean, I wouldn't mind having a little sports car, but and all that stuff's kind of out of my system now. As I got older and retired, it isn't as much as it was when I was younger. I think the last one that I sold, I had a '68 uh, Porsche, and I sold that. And then at the same time, I had a was it 2003 Carrera convertible, and I really liked that car. That was an awesome vehicle. Then sold it, but I think everybody said it was my midlife crisis or something. I don't know. I got rid of it about 5, 6 years ago, so none of that stuff's in me anymore. Naughty boy. Um, yeah, yeah, I know. I should have never did. And I wear these thin pants that dry quickly in case I get wet, and the shirts, and nothing like when I was riding my Harleys and stuff in the States with leather jackets and cuts and Levi's and steel-toed boots and hey Tom, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I find it hard to do here, especially with the weather. When it's 95 degrees and 80% humidity, it makes it kind of tough. But a bull taco, I had a bull taco too. Yeah, I was able to ride to school. That's very cool. Yeah, I had a bull taco too. We were, those bikes. I look at the stuff today that we called dirt bikes back in the day. Husqvarna, bull taco, stuff like that. They were the ones to have, but dual shocks, monoshock was when that came around later on. It was like the what is that and you got this much travel when we had this much travel, but it was fun. I had a lot of fun in the dirt too and on the pavement. Motorcycles were just the thing, man. Premix. What did you have? Let's see, premix gas and oil. Yeah, poured in the tank. Yeah, because I think they came out. I think later, a little bit after my era. I don't know how old you are, Mark. I'm 65, but they came out with oil injection for the two-stroke stuff. But the Yamahas and Hondas even, but the Bull Tacos and the Husqvarna. I think the Husqvarna was probably one of my favorite bikes. A lot of power, but it's really if you haven't driven motorcycles a lot and you haven't driven two-stroke motorcycles, that power band on a two-stroke is just unbelievable. Until you drive something like that. Um, Ties are okay to drive scooters, even they are drunk. Sadly, I've been behind several drunk ties. Yeah, my wife's really worried about that. I mean, that's her biggest thing is that she's saying she thinks most of the time it's after dark, which I don't like to do anyway. And but she's afraid. And like I said, not only the ties, the Farangs too. So, hey, Jam, glad you could make it. How are you in Daytona? Good evening to you. Uh, I'm amazed when I see girls riding side saddle. Yeah, and my wife's done it with me. It's a little weird riding too, driving. With that because you're off balance. A lot of the weight's to one side of the bike. But I've driven her a couple of times that her scooter didn't start or something, and I had to take her to work, and she'd jump on mine, and I take her. But it is a little bizarre. But she's one of those in her life. She had a Wave, the one that I did a video. I completely refurbished or redid it. It's like brand new now. But when she had it, it was like her mom, and their two daughters. So four on a bike. I've seen five or six little babies. It's unbelievable. I if it was in the States, they'd get arrested immediately. But I guess perfectly acceptable here. I mean, I see it every day. So that would be your bike. Yeah. The thing here, and I don't know, much about you. You just the first time I've seen you. Um, the cars and even the scooters aren't too bad, but motorcycles, if you want a Harley or if you want a good car or whatever, they're expensive. Expensive to me, and I think I'm like middle of the road, financially. But they get expensive, and I haven't really checked out any kind of convertible, and I don't know what car what convertible you were talking about. Um, I don't even know if they, and the Thai stuff like these MGs. Not I don't think they're Thai, but MGs and a couple other manufacturers. I haven't really seen any convertibles now that I think about it. they might not they might not even be available. I don't know. Um, I love the early morning rides. Yeah, with no one on the road. Yeah, exactly. Everybody saying hello, hello. Did I miss anybody? No. What did Brock say? Let's see. Two-stroke bikes are being phased out. Yeah, pretty much in the states. I think they're trying to get rid of them also, and more so I think what we have more of an abundance in, at least in the United States, is two-stroke small motors for like aluminum boats. The 2 horsepower, 5 horsepower, 7, 9, 10, 15, 20 horsepower. The little, I forget what they call it. You just steer them by your hand. They were trying to outlaw those for a while, and then all the jet skis, all the old ones that were two-stroke. Now I don't live there anymore, so I don't keep up with that. I was 2 miles from a lake at my house and had jet skis and pontoon boat and all that stuff. So I used to keep up on it, but I don't know if they stopped it or not. Let's see what Randy has to say. My next door neighbor has a Husqvarna, a major torque. Yeah, yeah, and a 125. That was my bike when I was real young. It was one of the first ones I got. Almost got stuck in yeah, in Glamis, really. Yeah, yeah, those Husqvarnas, they're pipey, man. They're a nice bike. One time this guy had a Goldwing back in the day, batteries in my bike, my 57 and older. Magnetos, yeah, exactly, no batteries. That jump him, I can't do it from have no batteries. Yeah, yeah. The I think that I know that the early Bull Tacos had them, uh, but I don't know if I think the Husqvarnas were Magnetos too. I'd have to. I don't remember. That's long. That was like a year. The one you're talking about, what was it? 57? Is that what you said it was? Yeah. So that was a year after I was born. I once drove a Honda Dream. Yeah, 125. Two little cousins. Yeah, missed the Thai family transportation test. Yeah, I had a 305 Dream right before I got my 350 at 15 and a half, and only had it for a short period of time. I wish I would have kept it. They're worth some money nowadays. I have a 350 when I was in Stanford and was trying to. My wife was in the apartment that we rented after she got the bone marrow transplant, and we were kind of going back and forth. I found a 350 Honda CB and said, you know what, this would be awesome to redo, for nostalgia, whatever. It was the same one I had, 1969 or 70. I think it was a 70, and I still have it. It's in the garage at my nephew's house now. Ready. I got it started, got it running, drove it around the block, and then put it on a trailer and took it to Bass Lake. And they're worth a little bit of money now. People, same thing. They like that nostalgia stuff. A lot of people drove those CBs. My first was a Suzuki 125. Yeah, it was. I'm trying to think of what else I had. I had the Honda 90. And the weird thing about that, and a couple of bikehead people in here, was we knew nothing about it. My friend's father, I lived in his garage. We would rebuild motors. He taught us everything about being a mechanic. Well, he made us pull the Honda 90s apart and take the cams out of them, and we brazed the lobes on it and filed them by hand. And the only way you could check that we could check the lift and duration and what it was like was put it back in the bike and run it. So we took it out 20 times before we found something that gave us a little bit more horsepower and the bike still ran okay and not loped. So it was fun time. It was a fun time. You're talking about your favorite. Yeah, Douglas. I mean, I've been a bike guy forever. I had a mini bike when I was, I don't even know, 6, 5, I don't know, young. Had a taco. If you guys remember those, that was the one to have. It was purple too. Hello, Dave. Enjoying your live streams very much. I'm glad you are, Jim. And like I said, when you get to the point where you want to do something about StreamYard and doing a live stream, I'll help you any way I can. I wish I had one of the Yamaha 400s in nice condition. Yeah, yeah. A lot of that stuff, all the old bikes are worth it. Like that 350 Honda. I might call my buddy. One of my buddies is, well, actually two or three of my buddies are still alive. That we were in that 350 Honda group. I'll call it a group when we were 16 years old. And I had talked to him about it before, and he wanted it. Maybe I'll see if he still wants it, because I'll never restore it. It's sitting in the garage. It'll probably sit there. So I'll send it to him. He's in Phoenix. You had an Elsinore. Yeah. Now that was a 2-stroke, right, Douglas? The 250. Magnetos and pound. Yeah, premix. Yeah. The last bike that I had that I liked was a 4-stroke. I'm trying to think what year it was. I want to say it was like 78. It was the 500. Was it a single cylinder Honda? A dirt bike or whatever, no lights or whatever. I can't remember the model of it, but that thing was for a 4-stroke. It was quite because I've always been a big guy my whole life. It was fun. Udon Thani, how you doing? T&W living in Udon Thani. Well, the friend that got me and my wife together, they moved from Phuket to Udon. Glad you could make it. Glad to see all the new people coming in. It's awesome. How many times have never. Is that a unbelievable statement? My panhead that I built, the 62, that was on the cover of a magazine years and years and years ago, years and years and years and years ago. I built it for the the guy that owned the accessory place, his son, and I ended up buying it back after he had a small fire in the garage. But anyway, that 62, it had dual points on it, and which is like the most temperamental crap in the world. And man, that panhead, you could drive down the road and see 10 guys just kicking the living crap out of their panheads, trying to get them to start. And I'd kick it once with the choke half on and the key off, turn it back on, take the choke off, and kick it through, and it start up first, second kick every time. Every time. Never left me stranded. Never. Hey, Grinch, I'm glad you could make it. Thanks, the house. Appreciate it. It is coming along. I mean, I'm happy. I'll be happier in 4 or 5 days when I'm living there, and I'll do a big probably walk through. And you will. Is that for me? For what? Food for later or for now? Food for lunch. Ah, okay. Put over there. You can leave it now. It's good. Yeah, it's good. Give me a piece. Fried pork. I'll eat this in front of you. Will you hand me a bottle of water, please? Excuse me, guys. Thank you. I'll be there shortly. Okay, if I missed anything, let me know. No, like I said, I got lucky. I've been lucky my whole life with Harleys. I had the Taco 22. Yeah, Briggs and Stratton. Yeah. Yeah, I wish I had it today. 44 was shocked. No, I couldn't afford the 44 either. We were a poor family. There's Mitch. He had a Bull Taco, KTM, which is a good motorcycle. All of those, Husqvarna, Suzuki, all of them were fun. Like I said, that back in the day when I was riding them, they weren't the most. Like I said, the travel on the dual shock stuff when I was riding it was nothing. I mean, you beat yourself up, riding around the dirt compared to the monoshock and the travel on the new ones. It's unbelievable. Found that Harleys all sound like they're running on 2 cylinders. Yeah, they do, Rock. But I hope you're feeling better, Mitch. Like I said, I think he has food poisoning, but hopefully, I don't think he's going to make it. I think he's down in the dumps. You got to just stay hydrated. Man, Kitbush in time didn't know I had flight tickets. May and June. I'm planning to make a trip in February. I'm gear and boost in March. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't even know what it's going to be like. Morning, Mitch. Let's see. Taco 22. Oh, Gator has picture of a Taco 22. Yeah, mine was purple. What color was yours? I know. I think mine was purple. And I'm glad to see the. How are you feeling, Grinch? You doing well? I hope you're doing well. My friend had. Yeah, yeah. Now, yeah, those big two strokers. What was it? Was it 750 a 3 cylinder, or I don't remember what the Suzuki was. Was it a 3 cylinder or a 4 cylinder? I think it was a 3 cylinder. Yeah, those bikes were scary fast. Dave, how old were you when you bought? When I actually bought my first bike, I was 14, I think. Maybe 14 and a half, or had my parents buy the bike. And that was that 305, a street bike anyway. That was that 305, and I only had that for a couple of months and went straight to the CB 350, which was perfect for us back then, running around. And then I think I was almost 16 and I got the Sportster. Had the Sportster for 6 or 7 months and got the Panhead. So, and then had the Panhead for years. And then had Harleys and Shovelheads and FXRs, a lot of bikes. The FXR was a good bike. Feel like running to the toilet. Yeah, I bet. I'm eating my pork. Yamaha 90. Wow, 60 enduro. Yeah, that's an old one. But I'm not a happy camper. Well, I hope you get better. I hope you feel better, Grinch. Glad to see you coming in, saying hello, Mr. Mitch KZ 900. Wow. What was this one? What Gator say? The original 752 stroke Suzuki. Was it a 3 cylinder, Gator? I don't remember. My first car was an orange. Wow. I wish you still had that, huh? 1900, yeah. No shit, in the San Fernando Valley. Why didn't I keep that car? My buddy had a 59 Corvette, and we went out and said, I said, man, I really like this car. I helped him work on it, a little bit, wrench on it. I said, I think I want to get one. And we went out and looked at it. I liked the 58 because I liked the little stainless steel down the back hood was pretty much the difference, and a couple little other things, but from the 59. I looked at about three or four of them, but I think they ranged from 1900 to 2500. And I said, I don't want to spend 17 or something. But yeah, a lot of cars like that. I had a Boss 302, or my friend did. We rebuilt it and sold it. I wish I would have kept that. It was a 69 302 Boss. It's a lot of stuff. The cars, I know you could go crazy. Yeah, there you go. The RD 400 sale for 10 grand. Wow. Wow. Sorry, my nose is itching. I don't know what it is. Probably living here. I don't want to live here anymore. I'm like, see, if some people are saying you ate something and got sick, I think it's more like you. It's possible. Randy, I had a 67 SS in high school. Yeah, man. Did we have, and I'm talking to the guys that are in the 60-year-old club. I mean, do we have the best cars or what? I mean, we had the best choice of 55 Chevys, the old Novas, the Camaros, Z2, we had the best cars as far as I'm concerned of anybody, anybody growing up, and bikes also. You could get bikes at a reasonable price back then, and then everybody wanted Harleys, and they slowly but surely, got more expensive. But well, I think we had the best cars and the best bikes and the best music too. Just to throw that in. Excuse me. Yeah, definitely the first car was 58. I think I told you guys the first real car that I remember having. I had a Morris Minor that I cranked, but that was actually a second or third car or something. But I had a 65 Chevy Impala that somebody had made a 3-speed on the floor. It had a V8 in it. I think it was a 283. Might have been the 327. I can't remember the years now. I'm getting old. But it used just as much oil as it did gasoline. It had 6 out of the 8 cylinders had non-fouling adapters. If you know what a non-fouling adapter is, it goes around your spark plug and kind of keeps the oil from slopping up and fouling out your plugs. And was happy to have it, man. Was happy to have transportation that in the rain. I was very happy to have it. Um, what is Mr. Mitch's 62 Chevy 4x4 stepside? Excellent, excellent vehicle. And Grinch had what, a 66 Mustang coupe? All that. I miss it now. I know a lot of us miss all of our cars from our past, right? Shit. I wish I would have kept them. Like said. What does Randy saying here? My best friend and neighbor bought a used 58 red Corvette in 76 for 2,200. It was basically stock until Ed Pink rebuilt. Yeah, that's what else we had too, Randy. We had Keith Black, we had Ed Pink, we had racers. We had Don the Snake Perdome in Chatsworth. Right, he was within a stone's throw of where I grew up. Actually met him a couple of times, and we had some great. I think two of the best motor builders in Keith Black and Ed Pink, definitely. And the people around the country that are watching, you'll have to Google them and you'll see if you don't know who they are. If you had anything to do with cars, I think back then you knew Ed Pink and I mean, if you knew Pink and Black. A 65 Mustang, dressed like a Shelby. Yeah, I paid 50. What am I missing here? My first car was a 91, what? Going Grays, a 91 Honda Civic hatchback. I love this chat. It makes me feel young again. Yeah, like I said, man, I think I've had a great life, man. I got no complaints, a little bit of a bummer in 2018. And if you watch the channel, you know why. I don't need to keep talking about it. But, things have went my way. Um, and I want to live for a while and enjoy life. But I mean, my youth and coming up and being a teenager in the late '60s, early '70s in the San Fernando Valley, where everything came from. Van Nuys Boulevard, which was the inspiration for American graffiti and all that stuff. That was where I grew up in. That's what we did. That's what we did during the week on the nights and the weekends. And I couldn't think of a better place to grow up, a better time for cars, a better time for motorcycle, and a better time for music. Uh, we had it all, man. We had it all. And a lot of people can't say they lived that, you know. Yeah, I'm a big VW guy, man. Love the VWs. I got a 60. What is that one that I have at home that I need to redo that'll never get done? It's a 66 sitting up in at my nephew's house now, my old house. My dad gave me a 66 VW truck with a fold down sides and rope to keep fourth gear. He had bought back in, yeah, he brought it back. I'm from Guam. Guam. Yeah, I'm a big VW guy. I was really into Bajas. I could actually change a Baja motor once the guard was off in under an hour. Pull it off and put another one on. I got really good at it. Um, let's see what Mark has to say. Oh, wait, what did Gator say first there? My second car was a 66 Corvair. I loved and drove. You know, my pop's 76 Triumph. Yeah, TR6, a nice car. But the Corvair, my uncle was a mechanic, and he had the turbocharged uh, Corvair, and really, really nice car. I liked him. Not too many people liked him, obviously, but I was lucky. I had friends in high school that had every muscle car from the '60s to '74, from a Mustang Boss 429. Now there you go, and the Chevelles. Chevelles were big. The Tiger. Now there's one that's worth a bunch of money right now. Yeah, that's the way we were. We all had cars. I had a Mach 1. Um, uh, Probably one of my favorites was actually, and it was probably when I was in my 30s. I can't remember. I had a Jensen Healy, the one that had the 2 liter, I think, Lotus motor in it, double overhead cam, little sports car, convertible with I loved that car. Black. It was awesome. Um, let's see here. My '62 had a straight six, but I threw 350 in it. Yeah, that '55 Chevy that I did and I gave to my wife, so she sold for $10,000 on the street. Oh God, I'll never forget that. Anyway, that was a six car. I bought it with the interior less tranny and engine, and I put a 350 combo in it. It worked fine. It was great. But somebody got that car now. Douglas is saying, let's see what Xanderman says. My EH had a twin with a car, never lost a drag while they were on. Yeah, you know, we had a lot of midnight drags around town too. The cops would occasionally find them. Not occasionally, they pretty much found them every time. It's kind of hard when guys are uncorking their headers and shit and try to stay, you know, incognito under the radar when you're uncorking headers. Doesn't work too much. Yeah, the TR6 was a cool car. Corvairs were cool too. Everything, man. Like I said, we had the best cars. Even had a friend that had an AC Cobra with 289. Cool. And not a kit one. Yeah. Even the kit ones are worth a lot of money now. It's insane. It's insane the way stuff has went through the roof, you know. My parents traded in their 51 Mercury for a red 64 Comet with chrome rims. Yeah, there you go. What did my mom had? My mom had the old Buick station wagon, the one that had the tinted glass, you know, up above and the rear facing seat. We would all jump in that and get, I don't know, 10, 12 of us in there and go to the beach, go to Malibu or to Zuma most of the time. Free Zuma because we didn't have any money. But 64 Cobra, there you go. 66 Mercury was a 64. Yeah. My motorbikes and car, I almost forgot to take my fiber. We have to remember everybody in the chat. Remember to take your pills. You're old and you need all that crap. My mom's 1970 Estate 350. Yeah, you know, it was we always piled in because we were lucky. That was another thing about the San Fernando Valley you could jump in, with my aunts when we were younger and go to free Zuma or Zuma. You were there in 45 minutes, I think, half hour to 45 minutes, depending on which aunt was at the wheel. But it was a good time, man. Good time to grow up. I can honestly look at my life and say, if I died tomorrow, man, I did probably 99% of what I wanted to do, and 100% more than half the people on the planet. So I got no regrets. 70 Kingwood Estate, 350. Sure, off the mail. Yeah, some of these business cars or business class cars with these big motors in them, really sleepers, we used to call them. My father had a 55 Chevy straight there. He traded it for a Morris Minor. Yeah, I never forgave him for that. I had a Morris Minor, man, and I used to freak everybody out because I'd go to parties. So when did I have it? I would imagine I was around 18, 17, 18 maybe, and everybody would crack up when I'd go out there and stick that crank in it and crank it over. They would laugh like hell. Well, we were all drunk too, so. The 55 I had was a two-door hardtop too, in case anybody was wondering, but it was the six-cylinder model. The 427 is my dream car. I'll ever own one. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's just so much money now, man, Mark. I just, and it's not, I don't need that. I'm in Thailand. Oh, the dogs are barking. They're just out of my reach now, and nor do I want it. I mean, I think if I really wanted to get something now in my old age, it might be another motorcycle or maybe a car instead of having to drive the truck everywhere. Get an automatic of some sort. Where 20 years ago is what kind of sports car can I own? What's the best house I could buy? It was I wanted everything to the max, and now it's like I just want to move into my new freaking house and enjoy the rest of my life. So things aren't as important to me. My wife, all along, the one that passed away, she was really religious, Christian, and she told me, all this stuff is material things. When you get ready to meet your maker or whatever you believe, none of that stuff matters, and it's a true fact. None of the stuff that I accumulated in my life means crap. I'm glad to have my Forza. I'm glad to have my wife. I'm glad to have my house, and I'm perfectly happy with living a, I don't know, not a meager existence. I mean, I get to eat whatever I want, obviously, and I get to go around and travel and meet new friends and have a good time. That's more important to me now than material things. Anyway, 64 Falcon, yeah, and what did I have? The Nova, the one with the straight axle front end and a 350 Chevy in it with the crossover four barrels, four barrel quads sitting, the quads sitting up through the hood, and that thing would bring the wheels off the ground. Um, we just had a lot of good cars, and even if they weren't great cars, we made them great cars by taking out whatever six cylinder they had in them and put the biggest possible freaking motor we could fit in them. Uh, but obviously, this is a good subject. I guess a lot of the people that watch the channel like motorcycles and cars, which is very cool. Um, Thank you very much, Xander, man. Yeah, I'm kind of proud of it. Like I said, the only thing that when I looked at it is the oven. It's kind of a pain in the ass for me. My knees are shot and stuff and to bend over, and I'm old. Was the placement of the oven, but I really didn't have any other real choice for it. I could have lost some more counter space and put it up above, but it's fine. It's going to be fine. But I like it too. Thank you very much. Um, let's see. I got to go back and see what Miss Zimmer said. What kind of car did you have? The Falcon. Okay. And my was it the Falcon that had the push button transmission? My friend had. I thought it was a Falcon. Then no, it might have been. That was a Dodge Dart. Yeah, the Falcon. I don't think did. Um, hey, Chris, how you doing? Best I can do. This is on the younger side. Uh, nothing. My wife that had my children. not my favorite wife. She had an IROC Z28, kind of a cool car. I mean, I wouldn't mind having one and trying to hot rod it like we did back in the day. That would be fun. After all this talk, sit back, relax, have a beer, recall the good old days. That will put a smile on your face. Yeah, it sure will. Et, I love reminiscing, man. I had a good youth. I had a good childhood. We weren't rich, lower middle class at best. Lived in Reseda, which was one of the decent areas in the San Fernando Valley. Not so much anymore, but actually, it's coming back a little bit. But we had a bunch of fun, man, and a bunch of clean fun. I mean, we were always on the edge with the police and stuff like that. We did stuff that got us in a little bit of trouble, but never in major trouble. But we always had fun. Probably drank a little bit too much. I mean, we were drinking when we were 15, 16 years old, which is way too young. Uh, let's see. Yeah, I had a what was mine? 67 T-Bird. I think it was a 67. The one that had the steering wheel that actually moved out of the way so you slid to the side so you could have easy access getting in and out. I think it was a 67. I don't remember. Maybe it was a 65. Gator will probably know. Let's see. Car we got the weekend race. My friend's Mustang. Yeah, my Mach 1 had a 351 Cleveland. We did 15 first gear. Yeah. There you go. And we just had a lot of fun. It, God, I don't know. A lot of people and nowadays, I know it's tough to. I don't know. How can I put this? I want everybody to know if there's any younger people watching this, you can still have a hell of a lot of fun and not get intoxicated. And the worst thing that I did, I think, when I was younger was, if you want words of wisdom, is I could have my whole life could have been ruined. If I would have run into somebody while drinking and killed a grandmother or killed an infant or something like that, I'd have blown my brains out. I wouldn't have lived with it. And it's just not worth it. And now I found out in my older age, and I used to drink a lot. I don't need to drink to have a good time. You just put the right people around you and all positive stuff around you, and you'll have a great life. And for the 10 people that watch this channel that are younger, uh, but I like that 351. Good motor, Cleveland. The Windsor, but the Cleveland was a good motor. Hyundai. There you go. They were surfing 14-year-old olds. Amazing. There's a chance that Dave and I ran into each other. There probably was, Randy. I did come over to TO, but it was later. I think one of my friends that we ran around with in this 350 club that we had, he got married and moved to Thousand Oaks, and it was probably 30 years ago. What would that have made me? 35? Yeah, 30 years ago. Maybe a little bit before that, when I was maybe about 30, 35 years ago. So maybe we did. It is quite possible. If you would have ran into me, you wouldn't have liked me. So it's probably good that you don't remember. Let's see. Uh, I miss I had a 64, 64, 65 Ford with a 3-speed on the tree. And I enjoyed it. We had fun. I had it in high school, and I could load up, you know, 20 people back then, and we'd go over to the Taco Bell for lunch or wherever we go. It was when I went to Chatsworth after I had been kindly asked to leave Cleveland High School. But I had a lot of fun. Mitch is his tricked out 155 Yamaha. I say Aerox. I don't know what people call it. Yeah, good for you. Good for you, man. I'm glad to hear it. It wasn't anything that if I had to say something I was not proud of growing up, that would be probably my first choice. Was the numerous times that I hit the road young, and I'm talking 16, 17, 18 years old, intoxicated. Just horribly lucky. Horribly lucky. New Yorker. Yeah, there you go. These are not musical. My dad. That was a good car. I had the first, and I shouldn't say that, now that we're talking about it, I forgot about the car. My stepdad actually ran into, he was a tree trimmer, and an old lady had a 1956 Ford Victoria. Awesome car, clean as hell. And he parked it there when I was like 13. And just that time, well, you'll get this when you get your license. And the son of a bitch, he sold it before I got to drive it, before I turned 16. So he was just a mean bastard. But anyway, I don't think he did it maliciously. He was just a drunk. But he wanted the money, I guess. Let's see. Early 70s cops would do found beers in your trunk, they would take them for themselves. You know what they made us do, Mark, is when the 4 or 5 times that I got popped, like I said before, I think in streams anyway, I do all these cops go to the same place, because here I am totally wasted, and out of every one of their mouths, they looked at me and said, "How far do you live from here?" In these exact words, like they memorized it off a freaking card. How far do you live from here? I don't know, maybe a mile. I couldn't even walk, right? Okay, well, I want you to get in this car and I want you to drive straight home. Yeah, sure. So as soon as we got in the car, we drove to the next party. But what they did to us is they would make you pop the trunk. You pop the trunk and case of beer, 2 cases of beer. They didn't keep them for themselves. They made us pop every one of them and pour them into the gutter and empty them completely out and put all the cans in the trash back in our trunk, and then said those statements. How far do you live from here? You drive straight home. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Here's another one. Mitch never drank and drive. Cool. I would drink before I drove. I had both hands on the wheel. There you go. I shudder to think about the times that, yeah. Man, I mean, uh, this is how bad it was for me. My favorite food in the whole world was Jack in the Box. Okay. Extra secret sauce until it was flooded on just a regular hamburgers. And I don't know how many times I woke up in the morning with half eaten Jack in the Box food occupying my bed and have no recollection of stopping at Jack in the Box. That's how bad it was. That's horrible, man. Let's see. Gotta love Thailand. I get to the evening, enjoying the last live stream in the old house. Looking forward to yeah, and I'm gonna have a nice little setup. I think I haven't completely informed my wife, but she says we're gonna get money, I guess, at this wedding deal. And so I'm going to tell her that the first 22,500 baht is going for my new computer. I don't know if she's going to go for it or not, but out of all the stuff that I put into everything, I don't think she's going to fight me too hard. I'm tired of this computer, and I want to start editing the one that I'm doing on the house right now. The video I'm shooting in 4K, and this computer here, trying to edit 4K videos, ain't happening. So I will do that, but I've got a place picked out, and it's gonna be cool. What is this? Oh my God, what a Pinto! Yeah, there you go. What was the ones that they called the aquarium? You guys remember, Mitch? Do you remember the name of that? 65. Yeah, that was I think that was the one I had. The 65 T-bird. They're worth a little bit of money now too. Do you know what was it? The Gremlin? Gremlin? Was that the name of it? You guys remember that? The Gremlin? I think that was the one we called the aquarium. Dad's 55 Ford pickup with a 6-cylinder. Yeah. I'm trying to think, what was the car that I drove first? I'll have to think about that. That's going back. The first car that Mark had, would you have a 77 Ford Lincoln Mercury Capri hatchback, 2.6 liter V6. There you go. Had Ricardo Buck seats. I miss that car. Don't you miss? I miss all mine. And Chris is in here. Did I say hi to you, Chris? I don't know if I did or not. Sorry if I didn't. I'm rambling here. Let's see if I missed anything. So I am on Long Island, New York. Tons of motorheads here. Car show, pretty cool. I just drool. Yeah, me too. That's all I can do is drool. But like I said, would it be nice to have a car, at least an old car, not necessarily a muscle car, but just something old? It would be kind of cool, I guess. Would I probably drive it or anything? Probably not. Not here in Thailand. Um, I am 52 next month. I've been saving pensions have a nice life when I'm 62 with different decisions. I would be in Thailand right now. Yeah, I was lucky. I got to retire at 50, right around there, 51 or something like that. But I tell people the sooner you can move here, I would. And there's still some people I get a little bit of crap about telling people that. But if you're coming here to for a vacation, then there's a lot of risks. You could test positive. The guy next to you could test positive. Blah 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 blah. If you're coming here to retire, I mean, I would come now. Even if you do test, go do the quarantine and come. If you got it, you got it. I don't. You got to do something about it. But we'll see what happens. Did anybody answer? Was the Gremlin? Was that the one, the Ace, the one that looked like an aquarium with the little car? I don't know if that was it or not. The Yugo. Are you talking? No, the Yugo was a 3-cylinder, right? 3-cylinder car, I think. Hey, Stuck, how you doing? AMC Pacer? I don't know. Because I don't think Gremlin sounds right, too. Maybe it is. I don't know. Pacer? AMC Pacer looks like an aquarium. Maybe it is. Pacer and the Gremlin, Mitch says. Pacer had the huge bubble windows. Yeah, maybe that was it. I saw a bunch of those when I was younger. I never owned one of those. Yeah, here you go. Now here's some cars. 47 Ford Coupe had a metallic purple 302, fuel injection, rack and pinion. Yeah, there you go. There's a hot rod. A Maverick with the 302. It was easy to build into a sleeper. Yeah, there was a lot of good sleeper cars back then. Dodge was probably one of the biggest as far as I can remember, sleeper, straight off factory showroom race car, man. I mean, they back then they had to do that for stock car racing. I don't know how many people are into NASCAR or anything like that, but that's where it originated, and that's why Dodge built those race cars. Uh, Anything without a computer, yeah, I hear that. I get lost now when I open up a hood and it doesn't have a distributor, whether it be in the back or in the front. A lot of Ford guys will say it's right there in the front. I was a Chevy guy, but I'd take a Ford too any day. But yeah, anything without a computer, I'm with you. I'm with you. Sleeper, we didn't hear that term much. Yeah. Um, hey, Bill. Did I say hello to Bill? I think I did. Everybody's saying, you go. No, you go. Yeah, you're dead, Joe. I'm planning to move. Who's this? What's happening, Gary? I'm planning to move to Pachuap Kurikon one of these days. Great place, man. Like I said, if I was in a different situation, it would definitely be on the top of my list. Hey, there's Chuck saying hi to Mitch, and Mitch saying hi to Chuck. But yeah, I think so too, right? And I'm sure that Chuck will agree too. Of course, Chuck, you pissed off everybody in Pachuap Kurikon, right? By doing a video and having people move there that said that you ruined it for them. How do you ruin something for somebody moving to Thailand? Do you think the Farangs are going to overtake a certain place? I can't see that happening. Yeah, but you never know. Hey, Tony, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Uh, God, we've already been in an hour and 13 minutes, and I haven't even invited anybody. When I get rambling about motorcycles and cars, and I'm sure Chuck could probably chime in on a lot of the car deals, being turning wrenches for a while. There's the link if anybody wants to join. I thought I was only going to do like a 45-minute live stream. That figures, right? Um, yes, I am good at pissing off people. I think that's what I like about you the most, Chuck. uh, let's see. Must be my winning personality. Yeah, I've got one of those too. Maybe that's why we get along. Morning from Bangkok. Hey, Mark. Ah, that's right. You went to Bangkok for paperwork, right, of some sort? Now you're heading back. Cool. So, yeah, I can't think of any other cars. What other car did I have? I think my favorite was the Boss 302. That was probably my favorite. I wish I would have had one of those big block mocks, but they were way out of my price range even back then. 18436 36572. I think you're right, Chuck. Uh, like I said before, it was weird too because when I was younger, I didn't have a father. I didn't grow up with a father, and my best friend who passed away, we were in the air conditioning business. I lived at his house and his dad. And one time he got bored. He didn't have anything for us to rebuild or whatever, and he had like a I don't know early 70s or mid 70s Chevy truck for work, and motor was fine in it, and it was a 327, I think, and he made us pull it out and rebuild it. It was didn't need rebuilding, but and it kind of got us to figure out how to work on everything. Yeah, yeah, exactly, right. Unbelievably amount of money, crazy, crazy money. But yeah, yeah. Thank God for we called him the boss, and may he rest in peace. He's been gone a while now, but he was one of the good rare ones, man. We had many a day and night in that garage learning about life. It went right over your head. Uh, yeah, I was a Chevy guy. I did, I did like the boss and the Mocs and all that and the Fords, but the majority of the stuff that I had was early Nova stuff, Chevelles, and that stuff was mine. My what we messed around with was mostly the Chevy motors that didn't have computers and had carburetors. It was kind of a weird experience nowadays to lift a hood and see a distributor and a carburetor. People probably nowadays, the kids go, "What the hell is that?" Um, it was fun, temperamental. My the boss, man, he could rebuild he could rebuild quads and blindfolded. He was amazing. What was it? What did Ketch say? What did I miss? Please show the message where I say sorry to no time to be sad. He blocked me for a reason. uh, I missed the sorry part. uh, I don't know. I mean, let's see, 94 and mother. All I can say, yeah, the all I can say, the ride went home in the Chevelle. Yeah, 454. Awesome, awesome car. My cousin had a real nice one. Mine were always. I didn't have quite the amount of money that I needed to do a car correctly. A lot of it was put together secondhandly. What I could get from trades and bartering and whatever I could get. So I had to kind of the crossover quads for the for the motor in the Nova that I bartered for too. Ah, okay. I don't know. I think there's a way that you can actually block people from posting to your to that stuff. I don't know. I don't know. A lot of people don't like that. I guess I don't know. Uh, like to see it. Cool. There you go. Um, I need a tummy tuck. Just got loose. What do you need, Tony? I need a tummy tuck. Just got to lose my weight first. Yeah, that's what I need. I gotta get over to the house, back to the gym. I gotta walk like Chuck and Tony's doing and all that kind of stuff. Brock's here. Let's see. Let me change the layout here. I think yeah, he's sporting the Wizard of Oz background. So good. Oh, and you got Gandalf in there too. Cool. I like it. How you doing, Brock?
I'm doing well, Dave.
You got jabbed this morning, I hear.
Yes, yes, got my COVID, my Pfizer booster. I'm still reasonably serviceable.
What's the arm like? When I got my second jab of Pfizer, it was hurting me. No, no problem.
No, it's fine.
Cool.
It might
Yeah, I
stiffen
got it.
up a little later.
How long are they saying before you need to get a booster? 6 months or 5 months, something like that?
It dropped to 5 months, and then it's now 4 months, and by the end of January it'll be three.
Wow, wow.
That's in
I guess I
Australia.
better. I guess I better get mine soon. 13B is the best engine. You can rev to 12. That's in what RX-7 stick shift. Yeah, I never really got into too much of that stuff of those cars. ET, a lot of fun. I would imagine if I would have been into that, I probably would have had a lot of fun. A friend of mine many years ago had a Chevy Impala station wagon in the 15. Yeah, yeah. The only thing that wasn't good about station wagons was we like to what was it? Was it a New Yorker or one of them that had the gigantic, huge trunks? And we used to use that to sneak into the drive-in theaters. The station wagons, you couldn't hide. You couldn't hide too good. That was the kind of guy that was what the. Remember, I was saying I was kind of on the edge. That was the type edge stuff. You get in a little bit of trouble, but
On
not a
you,
lot of
Gary.
trouble. Um, hey, the Wiz, I had the Pfizer booster. Oh, you had the Pfizer booster yesterday, huh? Cool, cool. If I'm missing stuff again, guys, put it back up. Let's see. What is it? Same. It's the old station wagon. Really? Wow. Like I said, I think my mom's was a Buick. It had the sun or the tinted out round side glass up above in the roof. I don't remember exactly what it was. Uh, hey, Soy Mafia, how are you? Or it was a Wicked Witch. Good pair of shoes. Mr. Rich, I have a few things in Southeast Asia. Station wagon, yeah, they were massive. I mean, that's what we did. I was talking earlier, Tony, with my aunts and stuff. We were in the San Fernando Valley where I grew up. We were, I put it this way: there was had the rear facing seats in the back, and there was good one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 10 or 12 of us going to Free Zuma, which or Malibu, over there, and depending on which aunt drove, it would take between 30 and 45 minutes because one of them was a maniac behind the wheel, and the other one was more conscious of things around her. Because we had to go, we usually went through Malibu Canyon, which was a steep canyon. You went off the road on that, you were probably done. Let's see. What did I miss? Florida, a few things. Southeast Asia. Oh, I'm caught up. Sort of. I must have passed up stuff. What did Silly Mafia tell you, bro? Actually, more interested in the Wicked. Oh, I read that one. Having a good pair of red shoes. I got the Oh, Going Gray said he got it. Which one did you get? Which booster? Are you supposed to get the Pfizer booster? Do you know, Brock, if you got the Pfizer, or can I take a Moderna booster?
Um, it was recommended because we're in the older branch that it's Pfizer.
Pfizer. I think I'm going to get the Pfizer. I'll let the kids take the booster of the Moderna because they already got the Moderna and stuff. I'll do what they say, I guess. Let's see. What is Badger? Yep, had the rear facing seat. Yeah, bench seats. Used to pull up the outside of the pubs and yeah, it was fun. It was a good. Like I was saying, man, I couldn't think of any better time to grow up and place to grow up. And I said it earlier. I think that our age group, we had the best cars. We had the best time to grow up, as far as I'm concerned. We had the best music. We had the best of everything. And I'm sure that there's other genres or genders or whatever they call that. I don't know. I forgot. I don't think I pronounced it right. Other age groups that'll say that theirs was better, but I liked ours. And I'm talking about the people that are, 55, 65 years old, grew up in the 70s.
I'll see if I can find some flying monkeys, Mitch.
Other two shots were Pfizer. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to probably do that. My wife will, because she'll start getting freaked out and want me to be vaccinated. So as soon as I'll know well before, she'll tell me well before I'll know. Uh, let's see. Hey, Dave, how do I get an invite on your live? I post this link, Mitch or Chuck, and you
Click on the notify
click
bell.
yeah just click that link and it'll do the rest. It'll bring you into the green room area. You won't be live yet, and then I'll click on you. You can come in. You're more than welcome to come in. Um, let's see, Mr. I hear you. I may sound old, but I like today's music. I don't listen to most of it. Really weird because even when I was uh, teenager-ish, so I was like maybe mid 70s. I was
Here's
listening
the
to
link,
50s
Chuck.
and yeah, I was listening to 50s and 60s music. The station I can still remember it. I remember it coming on the air was K Earth 101 in Los Angeles, and I listened to that pretty much my whole life. So there you are. Hold on here. I'll bring you in. There you are. Now people can see and hear you. Can you hear us?
Hello, hello, hello.
How you
Morning,
doing?
Chuck.
Good, good. Good morning.
Let's see. Yeah, do you use
Good
StreamYard or no?
morning.
Do you use StreamYard or do you just use YouTube when you
I
do your?
use StreamYard when I do my live. I got a bad echo though. I got to fix that.
Yeah, you do a little bit. Corvette.
Hang on. Yeah, let me mute the.
Yeah, go ahead. I can mute you for a second. I'll
Okay,
let you
there you
mute.
go. Yeah, I use StreamYard when I do my lives when I'm at home, but when I'm just wandering around the planet, I just use my phone, obviously. But I don't use Streamlabs on my phone.
I didn't know that. Here, Chris has a question. What did he say? Hi, I just want to say hi. The music on your video is great. Old classics, etc. Not sure where you get them, but I love it, especially when you're
Hmm.
driving and writing sequences.
Uh-huh.
I
Well,
do too. I enjoy the
a
music.
lot of people ask about the Isan music and want me to share the link, but there's actually it's not really a band or a band name. All you got to do is go on YouTube and click Thailand Isan music, and you'll find a whole list of pretty much the same music.
Yeah, I haven't got into the music too. I got to get into it more. I think you had mentioned that if you look up what do they call it when they're not the real band?
Oh,
The
a cover band, yeah, a cover
cover
band.
band, and you can play that music, right? And some of them are pretty good. That's what I probably should do, though.
Well,
I'm just not
hey,
that good at
Brock,
making.
good to see you. I don't think I've ever met you yet.
No, not face to face, Chuck.
Okay. If I meet you, don't bring me any of that crazy stuff that you got to put a little bit on a cracker. Okay.
Yeah, I still
I'll
haven't.
show you
Mark
how
was
to
supposed
do
to
it
have that.
properly.
Yeah, Mark was supposed to give me that, but when I did meet him in Patea or John Tiem, he didn't. He forgot it.
I
So
got some stuff in the mail yesterday. It was some salmon and lobster paste from Australia, but apparently I didn't do it right. They said you just got to put a little bit on a piece of bread, and I'm thinking, where I come from, whatever we put on bread, like that actually tastes good. Like if it doesn't taste good by itself, why the hell would I put it on a cracker?
yeah, I don't think I'm gonna try it, but I don't think I'm gonna like
Yeah,
it. I hate to
it,
have that going into tasting it, but it just doesn't.
Yeah,
Like you said, I mean, if I'm going to put something on it, if I'm going to put cheese, I'm going to put a big hunk of cheese on my cracker. I'm not going to just barely, you know,
yeah,
put it on there. But so,
it's a,
and then why you would eat something that doesn't taste good, I don't know. But obviously, it tastes good to them. Do you like that,
yeah.
Brock? Do you
yes,
like
I
the?
do.
You
That's
do
the
like it, see?
pex paste. Yeah, it's good. But you use it in moderation. You can put it on crackers, but you just put a smear on. It's a good strong taste, so you only need a
It
little
has a
bit.
lot of salt, though, right?
It probably
Salty, or
does.
yeah. I'm still going to try it because I said I would. So I
I
might
tell you,
check on
the
this.
mafias liked it.
They
My
did like it.
mother-in-law didn't like it at first, but I don't know. They all like, but they eat weird shit anyway.
Somebody was saying hello to you. I don't know who it was. ET
Hey,
said, was it ET or who said hi? Everybody's saying hi to you, Chuck. Um,
hello, hello.
but yeah, so I don't know. I'm still waiting for Mark. So I guess Mark, or if Brock ever gets, if Australia sets him free, then I'll probably meet up
Yeah.
with Brock and he'll have some for me. But I'm sure Chuck has a big jar of it. So.
He's got a jar of Vegemite in the fridge, I know.
Every time I get an Australian subscriber come at the door, I let them leave with a gift package.
Take this with
Except
you.
for the crackers. Paige loves the crackers.
Yeah, I like the crackers too. I just bought. I was saying it earlier. I think I met a guy at the only decent burger place here in Surin yesterday. He's
Yeah,
from Iceland,
yeah, I
and
heard that
his
part. Yeah.
yeah. So he got me to buy this bread that's real grainy, and he says you just eat one piece of it with a slice of this cheese, and and it helps your whole digestive system and everything. So I'm going to try it. It was only, I don't know, it was 175 baht for the block of cheese, 500 grams, and the loaf of bread was small but real dense, and it's real grainy. So we'll see. But he was really a nice guy. I hope he shows up. He was he was kind of cool, and he spoke perfect English. I have never met anybody from Iceland, first time ever. But let's
So I
see.
was talking to Joe yesterday about the next bike trip. So I was thinking sometime, before Songkran, of course.
Right.
I know there probably won't be any celebrations, but there's still going to be a lot of movement throughout Thailand. So whatever we do needs to be before that. I was thinking somewhere mid-March
Okay, cool.
might be a good idea for everybody.
Yeah, because I got to figure out how to get my bike. Because we're gonna start in Pachua or Huahin or whatever that area.
Probably the same like last time. The
Okay.
starting
So
point, yeah.
so I'll have what I'll end up probably doing is putting it on a train. Then maybe I'll take
Yeah.
the slow train to China. I don't know. I'll have to see, and then maybe I'll fly back home and put because I think I got to find out. A couple of people since I was talking about shipping it, they sent me actual links and stuff to actual shippers, and he said the price is pretty much the same, and they'll load it on a truck and take it wherever you want it. And
Right.
because the train thing, I have to get off in Bangkok, take the bike off the train, load it onto another train, and then go to Pachua. So maybe it would be better, but I got to start planning that now. So
Now, there's a
hopefully, when
million. There's a million hotshot companies. They'll
is
take
there?
it for you. Oh yeah,
All right, I'm going to
that's
check
not a
into it.
problem.
And yeah, when as soon as we get a date, hopefully we have it a couple of weeks before we go, so I can plan on getting it there because it would be nice to load it up, fly there, and be there to accept the bike. So I don't have to put anybody out, like Joe or somebody. Can you go get my bike? So.
Right.
But are you gonna ride the same one? You think?
Yeah. Well, I haven't talked to Gary yet, so I'm going to I'm going to get my driver's license. I got to go sit through a day of class. Get my motorbike license here before the next trip because I ran out of. I was told last time that because I already had a car license here that it was fairly easy to get in my province, but that wasn't the case when I showed up, and I didn't have enough time, so I got to do that first. But I haven't talked to Gary, but he said he wants to go with us.
And he's gonna go this time, right?
Yeah.
And his wife, or are both of them gonna go, or is it gonna be a co-ed trip, or do we know yet?
I told Joe we probably. I mean, it doesn't really matter because if
Doesn't
somebody
me
wants to
either.
bring their spouse, then what difference does it make? It doesn't need
Doesn't
to be
matter
an
to
all
me.
guys trip, But I know Paige isn't going to want to sit on the back of a motorbike, and I guarantee you, Gift don't either. So up to
Yeah,
them.
no, yeah, it doesn't matter to me if somebody wants to do that. I got no problem with that whatsoever. But I got to find out about the shipping, and then I think, and who's putting together the actual trip? Our
I think we're going to
Badger?
have to wait. I
Okay.
think Tony's got a pretty detailed. I got to talk to Tony. I think he has some 2-week tour. I don't know. I don't know if I can do all that stuff, but
Yeah, I don't
I
think I
think
could
we're all
either.
gonna. I think no matter what, we'll have to wait till closer to that time because it's so
Yeah.
unpredictable right now with moving around Thailand. So
You wanted to incorporate a couple of islands or something, right? Which
I
I think
wanted
is
to
great.
ultimately end up in Samui, because we can take the bikes over to Samui,
Okay.
kind of skip Surat Thani, but load up on the ferry and
Go over.
spend a few days in
It
Samui.
was an awesome time. Tony popped in and said, "What's up?" He was in the toilet.
You didn't miss nothing.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything exciting. That's
We
for
weren't we
sure.
weren't talking about you, Tony. It's cool.
Good morning,
It
Tony.
was probably one of my favorite times in Thailand. It was an awesome trip.
It was a
I
good
think the
time.
next
Yeah.
one, I think the next time I'm going to try to stay up past 9 o'clock and actually come out a couple of nights. It's hard because I don't really want to sit down and drink. No, it isn't even hard because of that. It's hard because I'm old and I want to go to bed. But
I think if anybody could just sit back and watch all of us together, it would have been really entertaining because
yeah,
we
definitely.
all have different personalities pretty much. And it was funny that everybody was kind of going back and forth at each other for their own little particular ways,
Yeah, yeah.
and there
Yeah, I
wasn't.
found out on that trip, I really liked Chuck. I really liked everybody. But the biggest thing that I found out was James is an instigator and funny as hell.
You think?
Boy,
You
he loves
think?
Troublemaker.
to he loves to instigate shit, boy, I tell you.
Oh, yeah. Especially with,
But
with Joe, man.
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
That was
But
funny.
that was part of the fun. I mean, I was laughing my ass off half the time, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, it'll be a good time, and I'm sure I'll have plenty of time. I already told my wife about it. I'd like to get her to go this time if she can, stay for a week and hang out. Well, she'll meet Paige this weekend, and because she doesn't get much time. She's with me whenever we go on vacation. She never gets time to spend with other people doing fun shit. You know,
Yeah.
so and one of her fun shits is eating, just like everybody else. So I think she'd fit right in. And like I was telling you earlier on the live stream or whatever, Paige will be fine. There's going to be a crap load of food and Leo beer, so we're all going to be in happy times. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. My poor wife is going crazy. She's like doing everything, and I'm just like, okay, what do you want me to do? Nothing. Just be quiet and
Stay out of
stay
the
over here.
way.
Yeah, exactly,
Well,
exactly.
I'll try not to get you with your pants down on video, so
Yeah, yeah,
don't worry about
exactly.
that.
This thing, I can't wait to get this thing is going to be I don't know, even I'm going to be laughing at myself. And I got to shave. They want me to not shave, but they want me to cut this down. My father-in-law, and my mother-in-law, and my wife, and the kids. I said, all right, I'll trim it up a bit. Yeah, Mitch is
Yeah,
saying James is cut up. Yeah, he is, man. He loves to instigate stuff, and then like Chuck just said, he especially goes, I think, after Joe. That gives him the most joy. It looks like is getting after Joe.
yeah. Don't ever leave your camera or your phone unattended with these guys, with any of these guys, man. They're brutal. I'm editing videos I'm like 2 weeks behind, on a video, and I'm going through a video. I'm like, what the hell? They just rambling on about all kind of crap. I was like, dude, I can't put that on my channel, man. But it's funny.
I can't believe you left it out there and went inside Joe's house. As soon as you went in through that door, boy, it was on.
That
Everybody
was
was
pretty. That one was actually funny. I left that one in.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can't leave it, I guess. I don't know. You guys always have them in your hands. I'm still trying to get like that, and I was saying earlier I want to get that. It's
Yeah,
got
look.
the one I'm looking at, the computer. Yeah, I know he always. It's like in his hand. The computer that I'm looking at has 16 gig. It has a Ryzen 7 processor in it. It's got the fast card 4 gig. It has everything that Mike's
Yeah.
from Live My Ass Off in the what they both start with A. This one's an Acer. The other one
Mhm.
is the same thing, but it's only got 8 gig in there. It's 22,000 baht. So I
Just
figured for
make
that,
sure
that's cheap.
it's a gaming computer.
It is. I'll show it to you
Yeah.
real quick. Hold on a second.
It's got to be a
I can.
gaming computer, and don't worry about the RAM because you can upgrade that anyway. You can get a couple of sticks, get two 16 gigs of RAM, and it's really easy to change. You just got to pop a few screws off
Yeah,
the back
that's
of
what. And
the laptop.
the one uh, the one guy that has worked on my computers in the past is an IT guy for where my wife works, and he does the
Damn,
stuff.
Dave,
Yeah, he does.
You're gonna shave for $2, man. That's pretty cool.
Here's the if I can bring it up. I think
No, he's
I
not.
don't. Yeah, yeah. Let me see. I don't know if it'll. Here, I'll try to bring it up. I'm still a novice on this crap. Share screen. Share screen. Microsoft tabs. Nitro. This is the Acer one. This one. Can you guys see that?
Not yet. It's coming.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, it's got the 16 5 HD whatever thing, 16 gig of RAM, 512 SSD hard drive. This Nvidia 1654 gigabyte VGA card or whatever in 10.
I don't know if
And
that's the best card. I think they've got a couple better than that. That's a good one. I've got the RTX one. I think the most expensive thing about the gaming computer is
the
the video
cards.
card itself. But
Yeah.
I don't know what the best
Yeah,
one
you
is.
know what? I don't know if you've ever watched Mike's. He's a little channel. Live my ass off. He's a good guy. I watched him from when he first came on. There was like 8 of us or whatever. He's still not a. He's a little small channel like me, and in fact, he's bigger than I am.
I
I
know.
think.
I've
Yeah,
chatted with him a couple times.
he's a good guy like Mike's. But he had the equivalent of the Acer is the other one, which I just went on, and they pulled it off because it's sold out. It's another
Mhm.
black one, and I forget how. Asus.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Acer, yeah,
that's the one
Acer,
that he that
ASUS.
yeah, that's the one that he has. And he
Mhm.
put it only came with 8 meg. He put 16 in it, and he does all his stuff, all his editing, 4K,
Right.
everything with it. So this one I think I would upgrade to 32
Mhm.
on it and see it because it's only 22. What is that? $750? That's like cheap. I pay more for my
Uh,
phone, you know,
mhm.
because I know if I went to the state, I'd pay. If I wanted to get the one I wanted, I'd probably pay 2 grand, or
Right.
something, or maybe more. To get started, I guess it's okay. My wife's still going to complain.
Well,
But
I upgraded mine to 32 gig, and it's crazy fast. I can do a 30-minute video and watch the bar. I mean, it's just
oh, really?
I could burn a 30-minute plus video in probably 3 minutes on this
Wow.
computer, which before it would take a long time.
When I pull it up on this and I did a little test 4K video of like 5 minutes or something, and as soon as it came on, it was saying it was spinning and saying that it was, processing it. I couldn't even start editing the thing for an
Mhm.
hour before it
Oh,
actually downloaded it or got a hold of the whole thing and let me start editing it. So now the other one's a 1080 and stuff. It does okay. It's a little bit
Yeah.
slow, but so I should have got that one.
I've got an NVIDIA RTX 3060. That's what 3060. That's what I got.
It sounds like that's a better one up or whatever.
They're
But
always changing, but I just bought this computer. When I made my America
what
trip.
what what processor? Does it have a Ryzen or no?
It's it's the
Intel
Intel i7
then
11. I think it's the 11th generation. Let's
mission.
see. Let me see. I have to look at it.
I use Power Director
It's
on my
it's
phone.
11th generation Intel i7.
Yeah, the guys told me to the IT guy of my wife's buddy there said get the Verizon. I don't know why, but now they've got the Ryzen 9. They have
Yeah,
even the 7. They've got better ones than is with this one, better
right.
processors. But I talked to a couple people, Mike's being one, and Chris, who comes on here, is an IT guy, and he
Yeah.
said, unless you want to spend a fortune, you can get something for half the price that's going to do pretty much
Right.
everything you want it to do. Uh, because I
I
don't
think
really want to.
Ryzen's a lot better now. I think it's a lot better than it used to be. So I mean,
Yeah,
I've
that's
heard
what
the
they
same
said.
thing from IT guys too.
Yeah, that's what he was telling me. So we'll see. Best investment for computer, video cards, and RAM. Yeah,
Correct.
I agree. Yeah, you're right. And like I said, I might try with this one because it's only what is 22.5 brought 700 US 700
22.5. That's a
20.
roughly 700.
Yeah, I can't. I paid 900 for my iPhone 8. It's like,
Just make
you
sure
know,
when you upgrade your RAM that your RAM stick is for a gaming computer. They're a little bit more expensive, but you don't want to get just a standard
you want to get a good
RAM
one.
stick.
Faster,
Yeah,
Oh,
faster RAM.
faster.
yeah,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
book
I just want to
the
do it.
rest you need.
And I've done enough between the house and all the other stuff. I've I pretty much put every dime that I get every month into the house each month, plus some, and plus a lot. I still got that. He's probably gnawing at the bit for me to put my cost my cost video together.
yeah.
But it's going to end up without the just to let everybody kind of know, without the plunge pool and the pond, it's going to be about 2.7 2.7 million, 2.8 at the most. So it's going to be under 3. Now, where are you going to go? Because what is that in US? That's under 100,000 US dollars, right? And
Yeah.
Chuck will see the house. You'll see the house. I don't think my house is as upper end as Joe's is. I didn't cut any corners in the building part of it, but on some stuff I didn't go so elaborate on drapes. I didn't go so a lot of things that Joe did and that I like. I mean, this house is gorgeous. But you'll see my house when you get there. It's like I don't know. It's a nice house. I really like the kitchen. I did that little short on the kitchen, and except for the oven, I like it. It's on the smaller side, but that's okay. It's got a 4 bedroom house and 3 bath and all that, so I really like it. They're all over there right now. Hell, the in-laws and my aunt and the two
Mm.
kids, they spent the night there last night. Me and my wife were the only ones that came home and spent the night in this crap hole that I live in that I don't like anymore. I want to get the hell out of here. I want to get to my
Yes,
new place and live. So
pancakes.
when are you actually leaving?
Me?
Yeah,
I don't know what's today.
today's
Today's Thursday.
Thursday. Yeah,
Thursday. I guess tomorrow we're gonna. I think it's about a 5 hour drive for me.
I think
I
it
don't know. I
sounds
don't
better. Right?
remember.
Well, get a
But
hold of me if you guys want to eat something later on in the day or whatever. Let me know. We'll
yeah.
I'll hook up with
Yeah,
you or
that's
something.
fine. We're only staying a few. Well, I don't know where your house is now, but I know we're only staying about 4 kilometers from your new house.
Yeah,
But
you're probably the same distance from the house I'm at. I'm right next to, if you look at anything on any map, the Robinson Mall. I can almost throw a rock and hit it. So if you find that, I'd say it's probably that far away.
I was
It's
curious of one of your commenters. Mark King says that he wouldn't leave his computer behind if he came to Southeast Asia. I wonder if he has a laptop or a PC.
oh, his
Oh,
desk
it's a
computer.
desktop. Because I was going to bring my desktop from the US and I was thinking, how am I going to do this? But you could just, I didn't end up doing it, but you could just gut it out, and you could buy a case in Thailand. You could just bring your motherboard, your hard drive, or whatever you want, just gut those boards out and then take those pieces and you can buy everything else here in Thailand.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, makes it
And
smaller and easier to ship.
yeah.
Why? Because if you bring it in, they won't let you just bring it in as a package, or they want to tax
Uh,
you.
It depends on what kind of PC he's got, because sometimes those cases are huge, and you're only allowed to bring 50 pounds of luggage. So if you're just taking out the processor and
Oh,
you
I
know
see. I see.
everything else, you can buy a case, just a case. They have millions of computer stores in Thailand. You can buy all that stuff, your
But
hardware here.
if it was under 50 pounds, you could shove it in a suitcase and throw it in one of your 3 pieces
Oh, you can
of
bring your
luggage.
PC. It's no problem if you want
Oh,
to.
okay.
But I think that you got to deal with customs possibly and this and that. But I don't think it'd be a problem. But I just wouldn't want to bring a PC in luggage, and it's too bulky for a carry on because they're going to throw your shit all over the place. So I mean, if you just have the pieces, you can fit that in a
Right,
laptop bag and
right,
carry
right,
it on a
right.
plane with you.
I see what you're saying. I know, Tony. I know you would have. I would have loved to have had you too. It's far. I know. I drove from Joe's on my bike home. It's a long, grueling drive. It's not too bad. Like I still want to come to Tatpanam and visit everybody there. I've never been there, and I've never been to none of the Muktaton. Did I say that right? None of the
Mukdahan.
surrounding areas either. I've never been to any of the places over there, so it's a.
Come say hi to Dave.
Yeah, you said hi to me in your video.
No, I said, tell him Princess here.
Hello, Paige.
I told you. Did you hear me talking about you earlier?
She can't hear.
No, no. I just said in your video. In your video, you had said hi to me, the little Santa Claus, your most recent one. Oh, there's Dave. And you said, oh, hi, Dave.
She probably don't remember that video was probably 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's
He
right.
wants
You're
to
way.
know when we're headed that way to Saran. Tomorrow. There you go. We're going tomorrow.
Well, like I said, if you get here early enough and you want to go have something to eat or whatever, give me a call. I don't know what she'll have me doing. She might have me trying on diapers. I don't know. It could be I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but give me a buzz when you guys get close. And
You can't wear your regular diapers.
No, I told her. I said the only good thing about the diaper is I don't have to stop the ceremony in case I have to do anything. So she's funny because she wants me to live to be 100.
Spices.
Yeah. And there's going to be a bunch of Isan food is going to be in abundance. My aunts and her aunts are cooking for the morning segment, and I think there's going to be labu and a bunch of stuff. So it's going to be an eating fest, that's for sure.
Wouldn't be a time party if it was.
Yeah, Gary said he laughed at the scene in your video. Everybody watches you, obviously. And everybody's saying hi to Paige.
TNW brought up a good point too. If you're bringing your computer system from America, make sure the power supply can handle 240 volts or 220 volts. 120 volts will if it's 120 volts, 220 will kill it.
It'll burn it, right?
Most of your power supplies on your PC has a switchable tab on the back where you can switch it from 110 to 220. Most of the ones that I've always seen, if you look on the back, it's got a little red switch, or you may have to take the case off, but normally those power supplies are switchable to go from 220 to 110.
And say Mark said he had to I had to build my desktop computer, brought everything I wanted in and from the ground up. So he just brought everything in. That sounds like I don't know. What do you have, a desktop, or you just use your laptop, Chuck?
I got 2 laptops. I don't use a desktop because I'm always making videos on the go, so it wouldn't do me any good to have one here, because I have to transfer file. I'm not stationary, so.
Now both the ones you had, are they the 15.6 screens?
Yeah.
Because I noticed that the 14-inch, that I've seen some of those, are those just too small to edit on? Because I can't see either.
I bought an MCI, and it's the same screen. It's smaller than my Asus body-wise, but what they did, they took the number group off of the right-hand side and put it on the top, and they made the outside part of the screen, the casing part, smaller. So the screen's still the same, but the actual computer is smaller, which was awesome.
And that was an Acer, the one you bought?
The one I had was an Asus. I got an MSI now.
MSI, okay. Now they sell the MSIs here too. Well. I saw that on Lasada. They sell the MSIs. I don't know how much they are, but they sell them. What I'm afraid of, though, when I got this computer, everything came in Chinese. I opened it up and I couldn't do anything.
Paige said the best place is the banana store. Banana
store. Banana, and that's in where?
I thought that was a smoothie store, but it's obviously not. They sell bananas. Banana store. They sell electronics.
Let's see. Oh, Catch Bay wants to come in. Did you guys have a problem? You and Catch Bay?
It's not something to talk about on the internet.
So you can shake your head left to right, Catch Bay. If it's something that you're not going to talk about, I'll bring you on if you're going to talk about it.
Nothing matters to me. I'm anti-sensitive.
Okay. So we're going to keep things
some
positive.
Things are not necessary, huh?
We'll see what happens.
Well, Chuck.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello. Can you hear
Hello,
me?
how are you?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yes. Chuck, you are very okay. You can't hear me because you don't have.
I can hear you on the computer.
Okay, okay, okay.
I wasn't
You,
doing that on purpose. See, look.
okay. Okay. You are very open people, and you are sharing your life
Yeah.
very openly. And I think that almost everybody knows where you are living.
Yeah.
I was thinking about when this corona shit happens, I was thinking about to visit you, but I visited 2 times Thailand this year, but I have female friend here there, so I spent time with her and with her family. So I didn't drive to your house. But my question is, how you feel that some random guys are coming to your house?
Well, I feel like if somebody wants to actually take the time to come in my little province, come walk in my house and tell me what they think about a total stranger or somebody they see on the internet, and that's up to them. I don't seriously think that's going to happen. I mean, I've wandered around the streets everywhere in Thailand. I've never had somebody come up, hey, I watch your channel. I think you're a dickhead. I mean, most of these people won't. I
Have
mean,
you had
everybody
anybody,
has a
Chuck?
right to
Have
their
you?
opinion about whatever they
Any,
think, you know.
right, right.
But
No, I don't mean that they are evil persons, but
yeah,
some your regular. I have been following you at least 2 years, maybe 3 years. So I would like to meet you sometime, but I'm not sure if you are okay that I'm just
I see what you're saying.
arving to your door
Okay,
some random day.
let me back up then, since I was a little confused on your question. But I enjoy meeting people, or I wouldn't be doing this at all. But before COVID is crazy. We had between 2 and 4 people come every single day to the house.
Wow.
Most of the time we're not home, so they would come and poke through the door and talk to mafia as best as they could. But it doesn't matter to me. It's actually pretty fun. I've only had a couple of weird people come to the house, but hey, I enjoy helping people and talking to people and listening to people's stories. Uh, of course, Paige doesn't care for it too much because it ends up being the same story over and over again.
Mm.
So, but typically we have a lot of people that come here, and it doesn't. If it made anybody in this home uncomfortable, I would put a stop to it immediately. But my parents, my in-laws, they really get a kick out of it, and it's pretty harmless. And most of
Is
the
it?
people that watch my channel are genuinely good people. I don't really have.
Like like
Don't have
I
I'm
am.
not
I am
crazy.
also.
Well, I was thinking the same thing. It's a good question. I mean, how do you know who's coming? Like even when I would ask through Joe before we'd even met,
Yeah,
I said, can you tell Chuck I'm not a stalker? That
yeah.
I'm just, this, because I was afraid. I don't. How do you know? I mean, I don't get that many. I've had one person come visit me, so it's
Well,
not like
Dave, tell everybody about our short little stint of a conversation, because it was pretty funny when you told me, and I didn't even realize
Well,
it.
all right. Well, if people that know my story, I've been trying to go since I got here, pretty much 2.5 years to go see Chuck and Paige. And then I got sick and I was in the hospital and I was in bed. And if you guys want to know that story, you can see Joe's little video in my thing. But look, one time, and I like Chuck's personality, and it didn't offend me at all, okay, in any way. But I said, "Hey, Chuck, can you?" I was surprised he even got back to me. Can you suggest a hotel that's close to your house. I'd like to come and visit. And he said, oh, yeah, blah, 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 here's this hotel. Well, he must have been aggravated a little bit that day or something, because I sent it back to him about maybe an hour later or something. I said, Chuck, do you have another hotel that you could suggest there? Well, I gave you the name of the one hotel. I gave it to you back. Look at your, whatever. I said, oh, okay. And he didn't realize that that hotel wasn't open. They didn't have any. They were booked. I couldn't get in to that hotel. But I don't think you remembered it, did you? You didn't remember it.
It was it was my twin. It wasn't me. No,
yeah,
but I remember looking back. It took me a while. But I had I had another Dave actually staying in town.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I had 2 Daves, and I got kind of confused. I was like, why does this guy keep sending me a damn message over? I already told him, what do you want me to, I don't know what to tell you,
But
the other guy was trying to stay in a place in Nakhon Phanom, which is about 55. He thought we were in Nakhon Phanom. We were in Top Phanom. And he just kept sending me these random messages like, I don't know how to explain it to you. I send you a map, you just click on it.
What people get confused, I think Chuck's a great guy. In fact, I know he's a great guy, and so is Paige, a great lady. And, but just like me and just like everybody on YouTube, we're all human. I'm going to be pissed off one day. We're not some imaginary character that is always smiling and happy 24/7. It's just we're human beings, So when somebody, like, it could have been somebody else that would have said, oh, that Chuck, what a piece of shit, I'll never talk to him again, click and goodbye. But
I'll tell you, one bad thing about being a vlogger is that people know us, they feel like they know us really well, and then I have a lot of people that are starting YouTube channels or just moved here, and they want me to communicate with them or stop by their place, and I don't think too much about it or something, or I got something going on, and they get really, really shitty offended that I didn't communicate back with them. And they think I'm just some arrogant guy. I'm like, but I don't get this, but I'm not on the other side, I don't know this person, and it's not like I intentionally went out of my way to not visit him. It's just they get really, really upset about it, and I don't know what to do. I seriously have over 1,000 people communicating to me in some form of the other on a daily basis. Right. It's difficult to manage that at this point, but I don't intentionally try to ignore people, but they get, especially some other YouTubers, they get really upset if I don't pay special attention to. They feel like I'm intentionally going out of my way to disrespect them. It's just weird,
Yeah, that's horrible. But what as a little tiny channel, when I first started with 150 subs or whatever it was, I got like 3 comments, and when I was like talking with you or talking with this vlogger or that vlogger, and I wouldn't get upset, but I'm going, God, how come they didn't answer me? I wonder what. Well, now I look back at it, when I only have 3 comments, it's easy for me to do it. Okay. But now I'm up to like 40 comments on a video, and that's a lot for me. It takes a lot of time. You don't realize how long it takes to film a video, how long it takes to edit a video, how long it takes to go through all the comments. It's a lot of work, and especially when you're talking about a channel your size. What do you get? How many comments do you get on one video? Mm. I mean, I don't even know. Hundreds. Right?
I'm going to put this on.
Yeah. Yes, but many of us small YouTubers or people who are even not YouTubers, and we are watching like Chuck's everyday life. So it's kind of reality TV. So we are. It's yes, it's that kind of thing, and I was at November. I was 3 weeks at Thailand, and we were at Korat city with meeting with Maggie Siorne, and I was thinking that maybe I should drive to the your place, but I think that you were not there
That
because
was
you
in
were
Corral.
at America that time. But but there is I would I have seen several YouTubers, big YouTubers, and I would like to see you both, but I think that I'm not sure if it's okay to come to your home without invitation.
Well, look at what Mark said right here. He said, "No, you know, you will never need to worry about me showing up at your house. I would ask you to meet me someplace like a coffee shop and let you decide if you want me to come to my home or not." And again, that's up to Chuck. You know, if
A
Chuck's
lot of
putting up
people
his,
do that.
yeah,
A lot of people
yeah,
do that because
and I
to
think
come
I
to
would
my
have done that too. I would
to
have done
come
that
to
Okay.
my house would probably be boring anyway. So we always just meet at some
and
restaurant on
have
the
something
river.
to
I
eat,
think
lunch or
that's yeah,
dinner
I
or
think
whatever.
that's
Yeah,
better.
and
Yes,
that's what I would
yes,
suggest to people.
yes. But I have Chuck's email address because I have donated him some money. But normal YouTuber or people who are watching YouTube, but they have no contact information. Maybe Facebook is the way to contact YouTubers. But
Yeah, I would just, if it was me, you know, if I felt that way. In fact, I would have done that. If I would have probably had to meet up with Chuck and got the hotel room and all that, I probably would have said, "Why don't we meet at a restaurant first?" I probably wouldn't want him to feel uncomfortable if I
You
was
know
to
what? I
come to the
really
house, you
don't
know,
think too much about it at
about
all.
it. That's good.
I don't
Well,
think much
right here,
about
this,
anything. Every day is a new day, and whatever happened, Catch Bay in the past, it doesn't really matter to me. I've completely forgotten about it. Uh,
that's
so
good. Well, Ron,
I don't hold things inside, and I mean there's certain people in the YouTube world that I won't associate with, and but for the most part I don't really think too much about anything. If somebody comes here, oh, I'm so worried about this or that, or if I was, I would not be making videos sharing every moment of
yeah,
my
no
life
shit, no
on
shit.
the damn internet,
That's
and if
true.
that stuff really bothered me, I would have stopped a long time ago. I think it's important what I'm doing for 98% of the people that watch my channel. The other small percentage, there's nothing I can do for those people. But anyway, I don't think too much about it when people come here.
Well, this Ron says that he thinks you're a Superman and you
I
have a
got my
cape.
cape. I was gonna go put it on. I do have, but I'm a little too heavy
I guess
right
if I
now.
saw some of the people I follow on YouTube, I'd be excited to see them. But it would be a bit uncool to just get in their face on plan. Yeah, but you know, like I said, it might be a different story if Chuck constantly said, "I would love people to come see me. Just let me know, and I'll meet you at a coffee shop." You know, but he doesn't. He puts himself out to wherever he wants to be. And I imagine if he didn't, he would just say, "Don't come," you know,
yes,
or whatever.
yes,
But you get people just drop in. He gets people
yes,
that
but the
just drop in.
yes, but the problem is that how you can contact the YouTube person if like Chuck said that he is there is 1,000
He got back
emails
to me on
or
comments.
contacts.
He got
I
back to
think
me on a
So
the
comment.
best way to get to any YouTuber is on either their email that they share on their channel, or if they share a Facebook page like
Facebook, I
we
think.
do, because that's real time for me. The videos are not real time. So if you want to contact me, then the best way is through Facebook, and I get a personal, really a kind of personal look at you to see who you are on the Facebook
But
page. You
James told
know,
me the same thing. He said the best way to get a hold of him is through. Maybe I ought to get a Facebook page. Well, I have a Facebook page, but I don't have it associated. But Randy says, "Dave, will you be offended if Chuck comes to your house wearing the hilarious shirt he's wearing right now?" Sorry if someone else already said that. I didn't see it, Gary. I didn't even notice his shirt. So
whose
he can
shirt?
come to
My
my
shirt
house
or his
wearing.
shirt?
He can come to my house wearing anything he wants. That's my opinion on things. I don't.
I
I don't
had
see.
this. I was riding my bicycle one time. I think I was going to Sakona. It's about 78 kilometers from here, and I see this foreigner buying some crap on the side of the road in this red Ford Ranger pickup truck. And I see he looks at me in kind of a strange way as I'm riding by. And then I have my little mirror on my little helmet, and I see this guy hauling ass up to me, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be the moment I've been waiting for. Here's some crazy psychopath going to come tell me, how much he doesn't agree with my lifestyle and this and that. And he like just whoops it right in front of me, and I've got to stop on my bike and like, okay, I turn my little camera on my bike. And he gets out, and this dude comes out he's got a friggin' tattoo on his hand, the same as mine, right? He's from Fort Lauderdale, and he's like, I'm your biggest fan. I was like, oh, shit. I'm like, you're a crazy person. I thought I was going to have to stab you, You don't come running up on somebody like that, But that was funny, and it freaked me out a little bit when that happened, because in my mind, I was thinking, I had a weird look from this guy, like, okay, this is... Because I get that a lot. Like a lot of people, they won't approach me, but I see that they acknowledge that I'm there. And but normally people won't come and approach me, which I would suggest that you do. I don't mind having a hello, this and that.
Ron John said that you made him go to an island to meet you.
I did. Yeah, I drugged him to an island. I didn't. If I had to kill him, I think that would be the best place to be.
I don't think, like I said,
Ron's a great guy. Ron's a good guy.
How many people have come to your house? Just a guess.
I couldn't guess.
Thousands, right? Thousands, and you never had a complaint.
I wouldn't say that. No, I probably wouldn't say thousands. I mean, hundreds for sure. And there's a lot of people that come. There's a lot of people that come here that never come to my house. They stay in the hotels, and the people who own the hotels, they tell me about it, and I think that's the best for me, that I'm able to bring people to the community and spend money. That makes me feel just as good as them coming to the house and saying hello, because I'm bringing them to the spots or the hotels or the restaurants, and it's helping the community. That for me, that's way better than them acknowledging me. I don't really care, about me. So, I don't think of myself as some kind of elite YouTuber or anything.
When I was in the hospital, when I had the heart doctor, my lung doctor, he was the one when I woke up, he saved my life one time when I pulled the tube out. I remember this. I was out completely. And I remember, gasping for air. And I remember the nurses, after he put the tube back in and I was obviously breathing, they applauded in the background, all the nurses. And when I came around and then got to meet him and all that, to this day, this doctor still comes up to the hospital when he comes to work and opens his trunk, and he has rice and everything that he gives to the Thai people. And he told me when I was in there, he said, you have a good wife, or whatever, he assumed she was my wife. You have a good wife, you have a good Thai family. You came to a Thai hospital, the Thai people and your Thai family basically saved your life. You should give back to Thailand. And I was in a total agreement with that. And whether it be that I give my mother-in-law money, whether we go to do this ice cream thing with the school or whatever it is, people are still going to criticize me and say, oh, well, you took $3 and you only spent $2.99 or whatever they want to say. I don't really care. I get joy out of giving to Thailand because I get so much out of Thailand.
I won't mention any names on this channel because I think one of them is a friend of yours, but I do that a lot, and I show that on my channel. I have a lot of people that send money to me all the time to give back, and during the heat of this crisis where people were devastated, they had no money, and I had people, and I wanted to say, stop doing this because it's you're kind of putting me on the spot. So now I have to figure out a way to distribute these funds, But I was trying to show a good thing by giving money to people, like giving extra tips, going and buying ice cream and giving them 500 or 1,000 baht, or giving families money, and people look at that, foreign Westerners look at that in a negative way, like I'm being disrespectful. And then I'm intentionally showing this, like I'm gloating on the TV
They're
So,
insane. Well, they
yes.
got after Joe and they got after me because saying that you're building a house during this time. What a crappy thing to do. How can you do that? There's people that's you got COVID and all that. I'm going, and Joe said the same thing. How many people have you put to work last week?
yeah.
Concrete guys, steel guys, painters, electricians, air conditioning. It goes on and on and on. People are stupid, and in my past and all the stuff that I went through, I learned I don't even want to be associated with people like that anymore. I found out stupidity, you cannot even beat it out of somebody. If you beat them, they're still just as stupid when they recover from their injuries. So I don't like to deal with negativity. I pretty much, my wife has said, forget about all the trolls and the haters and all that kind of stuff, and have fun with your channel. You enjoy it, right? I said yes. She said, then
Well,
then don't even
how
acknowledge
people
it.
perceive things comes from their own personal thoughts. How they
Right.
are personally, that's how they perceive everything. So you're never going to change that person, you
No,
know.
no,
But
never.
sometimes people will say they get a wrong idea from another person about you, and they get this thought in their head who you are uh, described by from somebody else, and I don't know. Never mind. I don't want to talk
Yeah,
about it.
it is. It's tough though. It's tough.
You said about that people sending your money to that you can give away. Um, I think that it was 2 Christmas ago when I sent money,
Yeah,
and after that you say that you don't want to do that anymore.
yeah.
Yes,
Well,
but
it's you know what it is. You get attacked, Catch Bay. That's the problem. You get people have the best intentions in the world. Are there people that are on YouTube that probably took money for
yes,
something and
but
not did what they
there
said?
are
But see,
there
they'll
are
attack
pe-
anybody.
there are people who thinks that Chuck maybe is not doing right thing. So
That's what I
not
said.
naming,
But that's just
not
people. That's
saying
just human
names,
nature.
but I was I was ready to sponsor the school, and the Christmas thing was okay, but maybe there are some problems. So don't let's not
Here's
speak
here's
about
my
that.
here's my suggestion to you, Catch Bay. Come to Thailand. Go meet Chuck at a coffee shop. Meet Chuck, and then have Chuck take you over to the school and contribute straight to the school and
We
say,
actually
I
did a
want to.
video. We did. I got a video coming out. I don't let other people make decisions on my videos or what I do and my actions. And
Right.
no matter what the negative people say, there's so much good out of the stuff that I could give a shit about what the naysayers say, and it doesn't matter; they're irrelevant. But I am doing a video. It's a short video, and here's the thing about it: is last year we actually did have a party, but the government shut the school down. So all the money that was donated, we weren't able to really do anything. So the superintendent is actually a really good friend of the family, and she held on to the money. And this year she said, no, we still have funds from last year, so we don't need anything else. But what you can do this year, if you want to sponsor the meal and sponsor, we bought ice cream, we bought food, and some other thing, and a bunch of gifts, right? And some
That's what's on.
candy. But the kids really expect it. Like I didn't show up for Christmas because we were traveling, right? And I didn't get here till like Christmas Eve, and they were like, "Where is Balang Chucky?" They were like really wanting me to. They really have a good time with their school play, and it's just I don't know. It just they want me to go up and give a speech every time, and I can't even speak. Like, there's no way I could go up there. I would just fall apart, looking at all these little kids' faces. And most of these kids, I picked this particular school because these kids, there's many schools in the area, but this particular school has the most parentless kids. Like these kids are like really poor. This school's like out in the middle of a rice field,
Well,
and I'm really attached to this school. So.
it looks like a nice school. See, like here in Surin, and I guess it's like that every place in Thailand. As you get further and further out from Surin downtown, they get less and less money from the government. So, and they're poorer and poorer and poorer. And it doesn't, and I can't say that, oh, I'm doing this and I don't get anything out of it. The smiles on children's faces, on my wife's faces, on everybody that I deal with is more than payment for me. And I don't care what people say or think. My wife said, you're going to get attacked. I don't care. It's all going to go to her. She can do what she wants to with it. And they can come and attack me anytime they want. It's not like I don't get attacked.
Everything goes in. My wife handles all that stuff.
That's what I'm doing too.
The PayPal, the Patreon, everything goes into her. So when we get the money that's delegated for certain things, like for the school, she gets the superintendent, says, okay, this is how much we have. So what can we do? What can we do this year with that money? And next year, we're going to do something like I'm going to upgrade all their sporting equipment and stuff like that. But
go ahead.
Yes,
let me read this real quick. Chuck, okay. He says he loves you, Joe. He said, "Do I survive in Thailand without a job video?" Yeah, Joe's a good guy, and thank you for the super chat deal. Go ahead, Catch Me. He's a good guy.
Yes.
Have you ever met him before, Chuck, or talked to him?
I don't think I have. No. I don't think
Joe's a good
guy. No, we haven't met. Last
Bye, Badger.
November, when I was 3 weeks, I have a Thai girlfriend, and we made a week-long trip. I met her sister and her mother and her child, etc. So I was way off the tourist area. So I was in the rural Thailand, and it's something else than Bangkok or Pattaya.
What are you talking about? Like why you didn't come out here?
Because
let me ask you a question, Catchme. Does your Thai girlfriend live with you wherever? Where are you?
No.
Where are you from?
The girlfriend is at Koh Chang.
Koh Chang.
Koh Chang. She's living there.
Best place to be.
No, it's not. I was at May. I was there 3 weeks, and it was dead.
Yeah, well, that's perfect for me.
Because Corona. Because Corona.
The more dead, the better. If I can get out on the beach and I can only see Chuck like.
Yes, we were at the resort. It was a 4 or 5 stars resort, and there was max 3 couples, and the pools and etc. was open.
Do you live in Thailand, or imagining you live in another country? Correct.
I'm living in Finland.
And she doesn't live with you. You only visit her in Thailand.
No. I'm not sure what is our relationship right now, but it's under thinking. If we have.
Let's see. Xanderman says, if I didn't like vloggers, I wouldn't watch or subscribe. I like all my vloggers and Mitch the mod. It thoroughly amazes me, Xanderman. People attack other people. And they want to comment and say your show's a piece of crap, you're a hippie, you're whatever. When you can just go click and you're.
I don't get that either. Like you have there's a lot of shit on the internet that I don't like, but I would never go on there and say, "Oh, I think you should do things like this." That's weird, right? That's weird to me. Like there's a lot of stuff I'm like, "Oh, I'm not interested in that. I'm just gonna not watch that." That's no big deal. But I do agree. I agree with one thing you did say, Catch Bay. Koh Chang is a horrible place. Pattaya is the best place in Thailand. I recommend everybody just go to Pattaya. Koh Chang sucks.
I'll be in agreement with that because I like Koh Chang the way it is. We've been there twice, 3 times. I love it there.
No, it depends what you want. If Pattaya is what you want, then it's
Always the
okay.
case, definitely.
But
Whatever.
from Korat, I was thinking about driving to the
Did you meet Maggie? Did I
east.
hear you say you met Maggie's Journey? Is
Yes,
that who you were
yes.
talking about? Good, good
Maggie
lady, I
has
like.
a video where I'm with
Huh. I'll
my
have to watch
Thai
that. I haven't seen
girlfriend.
that one. I've only been
Yeah,
around her. I've only known about her through Richard's Travel, Richard's channel, and that's only been what maybe 3-4 months. So if it was before that, I haven't watched it. I'll go back
yeah,
and everything. Although she changed
yeah.
her channel name now. What's her channel
Yeah,
name, Brock? Do you remember? As Brock's Edie.
my memory something.
Yeah, something like that. There's
Yes,
Richard.
but my choice was at Korat City to drive east to maybe the Chak or drive back to Bangkok, and we drive back to Bangkok and take the plane and flew to
How often do you come
Koh
here,
Samui and went
Kosamui?
Koh
How
Samui.
often do you come here, Catch Bay? How often do you vacation or come here to Thailand? And how long do you stay? 2 weeks each
I'm
time? Or?
I'm newbie. I'm newbie. Um, I have about maybe 5 or 6 weeks vacation per year. So
Hey, Lewis, how you doing?
plus
Thank you.
plus I can switch some holiday money, so I can be maybe 2 months, maybe 2 months per year. I can
Two
take a
months per year.
holiday. Yes,
And Joe's got this
but
is the way I was taught when I was growing up by my mother.
Lewis
If you have
Cabo in the
nothing nice to
house.
say, don't say anything at all. Is what my mother I heard that a million times growing up. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say nothing. And it's a true fact. But people, thank you, Lewis, for the. He said, I'm just here so I don't get fined. I think Lewis
yes,
had been on Chuck's channel a couple of times and donated. I remember once. I first time I watched and saw
Lewis is
you,
like an
Lewis.
all-star, man.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. When I saw you the first time, Lewis, I was on Chuck's channel. Been watching Chuck a long time, and all of a sudden you came in with a super chat and asked a question, and Chuck
Bye,
answered it.
Ron.
Then about 3 minutes later, you came on with another super chat, and they weren't cheap ones. They were 10, $20 or something. They weren't like $1. And you asked another question. After about the fourth question, I remember Chuck going, Lewis, you don't have to pay to ask me a question. You can go ahead and ask me a question without a super chat. And I think that was the first time sorry, I don't know if it was the first time he was on your channel, but I think it was because I think you said he's new or something.
Well, he's
So
got a heart of gold, that's for
yeah, he
sure.
does.
He really
He gave
likes
Joe
to.
a ton of dough for moving into his house. It was you're a good man. I want to go to Cabo again, like I told him last time he was in. When I was
Somebody
younger, we
told
went
me.
there a lot.
Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody told
No,
me a
go ahead.
long time. I had discontinued all of the Patreon and stuff a few years ago because I was letting the people get to me about it, so I stopped doing it. And then one person said something to me that made me change my mind. He said, Chuck, you go out of your way to help people and it makes you feel good to do things for anybody and you don't expect anything in return. Well, what about me? I want to give to you because it makes me feel good for the things that you give to me, and you're not allowing me to give to you, And it
Exactly.
made me think about it a while. It's like, you're right, because there's a lot of people out there that it makes them feel good. And I'm not a very good receiver. Like when people send me stuff, I don't quite know what to do. I don't like that. I'm much happier to give. And
I'm the
I just
same
don't know
way.
how to, I don't know how to
Same way.
react when people give me stuff,
I'm
So
the same
that
way.
kind of that kind of
I'm
set
still
me up.
similar. So I don't like a Christmas presents. I don't like to
Hey,
get
Daryl.
Christmas presents. I want to give Christmas presents, but I don't like to get those.
But it is true because it's human nature, and even with me or whatever, if like everybody that has given on here, they all know from the beginning. First off, I don't need the money. I'm happy to get it because my wife smiles and can do stuff with it with the Thai people. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. But people like to do it. it makes them feel better, makes them feel good. But all the people that have given me anything and have talked to me through comments or emails or whatever, it said, Dave, I'm giving you this and I don't give a shit what you do with it. I don't
Yeah.
care if you buy yourself a new toothbrush, whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter. And that makes it a little bit easier, but there's still going to be the idiots that come in and go, you're taking this and doing that. And I don't get nothing. I think since I started this, and it's all because of super chats, I got like, I don't even know how to collect the money yet. $250. I don't know how to do it. I got to do a tax form and this. So I told my wife, I'm putting it all in your name. You
Yeah,
fill
that's the
out the tax
easiest way.
form and you do it all, and I don't have to be bothered. And she's happy to do it because it's a decent amount of money to her. The
Yeah.
$150 that I'm going to give her because I can't get it out of the
Yeah.
thing to do the ice cream thing, that that's something she would never be able to do if I
Right.
wasn't here. So
Right.
and she lets me do this so I can sit and I can
I made
we'll
a
sit there
comment
and
earlier about all of us traveling together, how we were uniquely different, and it was kind of funny, to be together with a group of different people. But one thing that we all did have in common is I think there's two kinds of people on the planet. There's givers and there's takers. And I will say that every single person in our little group, we're all givers. I think
givers.
that's
I
that's
agree.
why we all got along pretty well. Nobody was trying to take anything from anybody, and I
No.
don't think anybody like that would.
I believe that
would
also.
hang very long in our little circle.
No, I don't think so either. And Gary's saying good attitude. Yeah, everybody's, it's, I don't know. Like I said, smiles to me and seeing my family, my wife, my children, everybody, that's the important thing to me now in my life. Doesn't matter how that smile got on their face. Like I said, I can make my father go completely crazy with, oh, thank you, because I bought him $40 worth of these sweets he likes. 40
Yeah,
baht. What is that? I don't even know. Half a dollar, $1.20. I don't know, but whatever it is, it isn't that. It's that freaking the way they smile. That's what gets to me. That's what drives my whole life now. Is everything that, and I can't say that I do it for nothing because that's what I get out of it. So I'd be lying if I said I didn't get anything out of it. I do, and it isn't because of the super chats and the whatever money that goes. It's being able to do it and watching my wife do something that she would have never been able to do in her life without me. Same thing with building this house. She would have never been able to do it. Although she got the loan, it's in her name. All I'm going to be doing is paying the mortgage payment, and it's still she would have still not. These people, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, they love the place more than. I mean, they're more excited about this house than I am. I mean, I want to get there. I'm excited, but they're like they've never had a new house. They've never had anything like that, and now they got their room, which they'll have an actual bed, which they probably won't sleep in, but and an air conditioner that they probably won't use. But it's awesome. I love Thailand. There's nothing about it. Are there bad and good things? Well, sure, there is any place you're going to live. But
yeah,
does the good far outweigh the bad? Oh, by enormous amounts. The bad is I had to wait 15 minutes in immigration to get a 90-day check-in. That's horrible. What a bad experience in my retired life. It took 15 minutes. So, and there's Joe. Hey, Joe, he
he must
constantly.
have a shitload of $2 bills or something. Huh?
He's the greatest, man. Joe's awesome. My wife, in fact, now Joe, my wife says, "Did Joe give anything? Do I have more money for children?" Yes, you have more money. Joe's for your father and his candy. And I told him about that. I had my wife tell him, Joe, and he got a big smile on his face that somebody actually knew who he was from YouTube, because that's all he does. I gave him a pad, and because he had this little crappy phone with a cracked screen, and he'd watch all his YouTube videos on it. I gave him the pad again. You'd think I gave him $2 million or something,
The
and he
best
loves
thing
that pad.
about
Good.
Thai people is they don't think too much about stuff. Like
No.
people are worried about coming to the house, and maybe they don't want to intrude on my in-laws and stuff like that. And I mean, I overthink everything because that's I'm a Westerner. That's just who I am, right? But my wife and my family and everybody. I wish I could get, a blood transfusion and change myself like they are, but the beautiful thing is they don't really care much. They don't think too much about stuff like
No.
that.
Yes.
They don't worry about somebody, coming to the house and being
It's
disgruntled,
Did you see
yes.
that, Brock?
That
Brock, it says that I think that
Yeah,
this says, are you talking too much?
yeah. I'm
the
trying to change,
the
but it's really hard.
the thing
Hey,
about
Melvin.
if I'm going to go to Thailand to live there, it's about downshifting. I have too much crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
left all
so
my stuff. I left all my stuff. I left with
I
3 suitcases and I didn't have a problem.
mm,
I didn't have a
so
problem leaving all the crap. I don't need it.
mm. So I think that if I will move there, I will sell a lot of things which I don't even need.
Well, I was saying that earlier. As I got older, you look like a younger guy, but my wife
I'm
that
I'm
passed
I'm
away.
52. I'm
Oh,
52,
you look
and
good.
I
You look
I
good.
have I have 19 guns, and I really need three. So
I didn't need. Yeah, I didn't need. I don't need any here. I
It
don't need
sounds
any
like
here.
Daz. Daz has I think Daz
Yeah.
has enough
Maybe
ammunition to supply
maybe
the.
it was the situation I was in because of my wife passing away and coming here and all that kind of stuff. But I heard her through all the years. You don't need the Porsches. You don't need the gigantic house. You don't need this. You don't need that because you're not going to need it in the end. And and after she passed, it was like I didn't care. I left everything at my house there. Found a renter to watch my property because I have 5 acres, 2 houses, and big barn and a bunch of stuff there. 3 suitcases, came for 2 weeks, went back, came home, said okay, made a flight for another week later, and been here ever since with three suitcases. And I don't miss anything. Don't miss. I left the Porsches there. I sold everything since I've been in Thailand, including the house. Only what 4 months ago, 5 months ago,
I
to my
would
nephew, which made a
just
nice.
simplify it. Put all your crap that you think you gotta have in your life, sentimental or whatever, and stick it in storage. And then come to Thailand. It'll be safely put up somewhere in a storage building. And when you come here for a while and you realize you don't miss those things or you want to go back and get rid of. I have a lot of subscribers that have a home in their home country because they have a lot of things that they possess. They got to have, guns too. I have quite a few friends that have a lot of guns and they don't want to get rid of their guns. So they have to keep their condo or their house or their apartment or whatever back home to store all this shit. But if you're planning on moving out of the country permanently and you're having a hard time with that, just leave it in storage and then you'll change. You will evolve in Thailand, or Thailand will kick you out. You're either going to survive here,
I
or it's going to eat
I'm
you up.
Sink or
I'm
swim.
already I'm already moving to that
Bless you.
state.
Well, see, I got lucky too because the house that I had I built a 30 by 60 metal building, concrete floor, 18-foot eaves, and I had plenty of room there. I probably wouldn't have sold only because I didn't want to go home and go through all my wife's stuff, everything that we had, all the little knickknacks and all that stuff. I just didn't want to do it. When my nephew, I knew he always wanted the house. He got into a position where he could afford to buy it. I gave him a real good price on it, and he moved all my stuff into there, wrapped it all up. I've got a storage place until I die, so it made it a little bit easier for me. Because if you do get some kind of storage, like Chuck just said, you get to Thailand, you go, God, I really wish I had that umbrella that I used to have. When next trip you make back to your home country, you grab the umbrella and bring it. Or if you want to ship stuff,
Or you,
it just
you
costs you
realize
money.
that they sell that shit
Yeah,
here, and you don't
exactly.
need it.
You don't need anything. Yeah, and like I said, I didn't need anything. I got here and Thailand had everything to offer me. I didn't need or want for anything. They had everything that I could possibly think of. A lot of people said, "Well, do they have your medication?" Do they? They have everything, man, and they even have the same crap if I wanted to get it on medication. Now the doctor that I got changed me over to different blood pressure stuff and stuff like that. And if I wasn't getting
Chocolate Man series says this is a rough crowd. Tell him there's not enough room for any instigators.
is the instigator, the
Yeah.
instigators here? Yeah, but
Engine
Joe's not
throttle
here.
third.
All we need is for Joe to come in, and you could instigate Joe a little bit.
And it's
What's up? What's up, James?
and at Thailand you can get from the pharmacy, you can get lot of things which
Yeah, I
needs
don't think you need
which
anything.
it
Like I
needs
said,
a recept at here at Europe. So
the biggest.
I had some problems. Usually you go to the doctor and doctor takes money and he or she says what you have to get. But at Thailand, you just go to the pharmacy and you will get the stuff.
I come in. What did James say?
The-
I'd come in, but I'm not even close to being old enough. Hey, what a bastard. But yeah, I don't know. I tell you, the biggest expenses, and Chuck
He's
probably
banned,
the same
isn't he?
thing, is buying a vehicle and buying a scooter or a bike. That is the biggest thing that I ran into money wise that I didn't have that I wanted. Luckily, when I got in with my wife, she already had a 4-door truck, diesel, perfect truck. I put a new motor in it. It's immaculate. It's a good truck. And then I bought the Forza, and I had a PCX. Now I got a Scoopy, something to get around town. I don't need anything else. I mean, what else do you need? That and I would rather. The only thing that I would really that I don't have,
Both,
if I had some, I would
both.
change
You
is
want
yeah,
to
both.
both.
I've been here. I'm like Chuck. I love to fish, and I have not fished once in the 3 years that I've been here in Thailand.
Uh,
One thing I'd like to do.
I've been once.
yes, I would buy both.
Boat. And where are you
Small
planning? Where do
boat,
you want to live? Do you want to live in Jantiem, Pattaya, close to the ocean, or you got other
close to the
plans?
ocean. Close to the
Yeah,
ocean.
that would have been my
It
choice
doesn't
too.
it doesn't matter where, but close to the ocean and have a boat.
If I lived by the ocean, like my buddy Klaus in Prachuap, he had a boat,
Right.
but it was too difficult for him to kind of maintain it, so he got rid of it. But I would definitely have something like that. Have a little boat where you can just go out and piddle
Does he
around in the
still have his
water.
boat, or he got rid of it?
No, he got rid of it. It was just he never really used it that much, and he just
Right.
sold it to one of the fishermen. But I liked it. It just needed a canopy because it gets kind of hot out there.
Randy's reminding everybody to hold on to their phones when James is around and cameras. Chuckle Man, ocean, mountain, always a good choice. Yeah, like I said, that would be my only box that is not checked. I have a beautiful woman, a great life, children. Everything is good here now, a home and everything. My only thing that isn't checked is I would love to live by the ocean, or a big body of water. Ocean, I don't know, something about the ocean.
Hey, Brock, I got a question for you.
Yes, Chuck.
You're able to freely leave your country now, right?
I can't get out of Western Australia. We don't have any international flights.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah,
I
he
can
said
bring.
before. I think it cost him like 2,000 extra
Okay.
money, $2,000 extra just to
I see.
try to fly
So
Yeah,
out.
I'd have to go
Because there are
to.
some Australians coming. I just didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, that from the east coast, and that's 4,000 kilometres away from here.
Oh shit,
wow.
that's far. Yeah.
That's when it's only 5,000 kilometres up to Thailand.
Yeah.
There you go, island hopping. Yeah, Chocolate Man's got it. Like I said, that would have been my biggest thing. Chuck and and uh, and James and Joe have wives or significant others that they can go anytime they want to. It's tough because my wife only gets 3 or 4 weeks off a year, so I have to kind of like long weekends, 3 4 day deals, and then the big ones we usually go to Koh Chang. This time we went to Jantiem Pattaya for a week with the kids. Next we'll go to Koh Chang in maybe April or May. with the whole family, mom and dad and the children, and we'll
Do
probably go to that Serenity that I showed
do
you.
you think that when this Corona thing is over, that you can go other countries like Vietnam, Philippines, or Japan, or
Yeah, I think you should be able to do it now. Look, people are all freaking out that, hey, if I test, what happens if I come there and I test positive? Well, you would have tested positive for any place that you were at.
no. I mean, when we are free, when this COVID thing is over, maybe next summer or next year, do you think that you would make vacations to
Oh yeah, definitely.
Japan's, Philippines,
Yes,
Vietnam,
I
definitely.
want
Laos?
to
Yeah,
go back to Japan. I was telling Paige the other
I'd
day. I
like to
mean,
go to
this
Japan too.
Japan is awesome. We should have already made a couple of trips, to Japan. We want to go to Taipei. I mean, I even want to go to China. There's a lot of places in China. I know I'm going to get a bunch of haters. Hey, freaking China, you commie bastard. But yeah, I
Well,
mean,
with me, it's
there's
like,
a lot of places.
well,
We all want to travel. I think that was a beautiful part about living in this part of the planet. Most people, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess most people just like to anchor down and
Yes,
talk
that that
I
shit
don't know.
about
I
that's
people
like
on the
I
that's
internet.
like to
the
travel. I didn't get old
that's
feet.
the second reason for me to move to Thailand, because I'm from Europe. I have seen everything about Europe,
Yeah,
and I have been in America, and it's kind of like Europe. So
except better weather
Asia.
and food.
Oh, you
just
froze a little
just
bit.
kidding.
You know,
I I
with
don't
me,
that.
well, you know what it is it I can, I'm so close to Laos and to Cambodia and stuff. It's like ridiculous. I haven't been there yet, but because of being sick and all that kind of stuff. But again, like I told people before, I have to call the embassy and find out if they're doing passports. I've got to mail my passport in, and I only have enough to get my February retirement visa in from Thailand. I've only got 2 pages left in my passport, and I want to, and my wife want to visit Cambodia, Laos, Bali, every place right around here, plus Japan, Australia, a bunch of other places. Not so much China. I'm not a China guy. I've said that before, and I'll get a bunch of mail too. I'm sure,
There's
not
so
as much
many
as Chuck
people.
will.
China's huge, man. I can't imagine everybody in China are
Yeah,
dickheads.
I can't
It's
either.
just
They can't be.
it's a big place.
Yeah, it is. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Anybody asking anything? How long have we been on?
No,
Everything
they're
in
just
life is a
talking amongst
risk.
themselves.
You got to do. Yeah, I'm not. There's nothing. Nothing frightens me. Like I said, if I was even coming just for a vacation to Thailand and I was still in the U.S., I would come no matter what. I don't care if the guy next to me had it or whatever. The hard part is if you're going to go to Phuket and they still have Phuket and it's still a sandbox and you haven't been to Thailand, uh, I think you could spend 7, 10, 14 days in Phuket and still not see the whole island and stay in a place for 2 days and Railway and all the places. There's a lot of nice places. So, and you're paying, you know, under 2,000 baht for a 5-star hotel a night. I mean, I don't know. I would take the chance, but I'm not like most people, I guess. Um,
I
Yeah,
prefer the outskirts in Thailand. The touristy places are not the right
yeah,
now. They're great places to be because there's not a lot of people, and yeah, things are cheap. And if you want Falan food, that's where you got to go. But I prefer like somewhere
yeah, off
the
the beaten
unknown
track.
is so much
Yeah,
better.
off the beaten track. But a
yes,
lot of people, if they're coming with their family, they want to look for the snorkeling, the parasailing. They want to experience that. I had plenty of that in all my vacations to Hawaii and Mexico and stuff like that. I'm the same thing with
but
you. Give me a
that
place that's unpopulated, like
that
Koh
is
Chang right
Tommy.
now. I'd go.
that
I would
that
go.
is still possible, because if you go to Koh Samui and then you go the boat trip to the Koh Tao, it's heaven for scuba diving. diving. I
Well,
was
like you
scuba
said,
diving
the
there.
place you don't want to go to Ko Chang because there's no one there, and I want to go to Ko Chang because there's no one
And
there.
there's no one
So
there.
it just depends on your,
Yes,
what the way you're feeling.
when I was at Koh Samui, it was raining all the time,
Yeah,
so
it
it
Same
rains a
as
was
lot.
everywhere else.
miserable.
It does. But see, again, it's not, I can sit on the balcony and drink a cup of coffee and look out at a beautiful coastline, and it could be
Yes,
raining. And,
yes.
if it's not my 10th day, or 12th day of rain, I'm
I,
fine.
I, I spent
Yeah, they do.
two I spent 2 days at the pool alone, uh, plus my Thai girlfriend, and there was nobody, and it was
Perfect.
raining, and it was perfect.
Yeah, that sounds perfect to me. Now, Chuck, Chocolate Man says China is vastly diverse. Have you ever been to Hong Kong?
I mean, we were
Yep.
supposed to go. We were actually supposed to go to Hong Kong, and I decided at the last minute to go to South Korea. And as soon as we finished our South Korea trip, that's when all that stuff broke apart
Uh,
in
uh,
Hong Kong. And I wished I would have went to Hong Kong first,
First.
but yeah, not haven't been there yet. But it's a gigantic city, and it's probably not anything more than I would say a max 4 nights. Probably in Hong Kong. Kind of like Singapore. You're looking at about a 3 night stay in those places because there's only a few
Well, I
things to
heard
do.
like Australia, Singapore, and Japan are real expensive to go
Yeah,
traveling in. But I'd like to go to Japan because I'm a big koi fan. I've been wanting to go
yeah.
see the mud ponds in
If
Japan. So I would
if you
definitely go there.
if you want to know what is very expensive, come to Finland. Then you know what is expensive. Those countries are cheap.
Well, even in the United States, I could say the United States expensive too, because if I go to a five-star hotel close to Los Angeles, it's going to cost me $350, $400 a night. And that's just the way it is. Same thing in Australia. But, that's
Dave,
what
I'm
I'd
going
like
to
to look
have
at.
to leave your live
I'm
stream.
gonna, yeah,
I
okay,
apologize. My
no
my
problem.
mafia mother-in-law is screaming at me to come downstairs and try
Yeah,
some of
yeah,
her
yeah, brother.
food. So,
Yeah, no worries, no
but
worries. I'm
we'll
gonna
see
I'm gonna
you.
end it at 3 hours anyway.
We'll
So
see. We'll see you tomorrow at some time. And
yeah, yeah.
anyway,
Let
it
me
was
know
good.
when
It was nice
you're
talking to
good.
you guys. Catch Bay. Nice to finally meet you. And Brock, good to see you. And everybody on the little chat screen on the side. We'll see you again. All
All
See
right.
right,
you,
Chuck.
Chuck.
Bye.
Thanks for
Salate
popping in.
crap. See you tomorrow. Let's see, James. What did he say? It's only money. Can't take with. Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth, James. I mean, there's no doubt. And as long as you can go any place and have a good time, man, I'm all for that. I don't really. It's been 2 hours and 52 minutes. Um, I'm gonna probably at 3 hours. I'm gonna do it because I got to get over. I got a doctor's appointment at 3 o'clock, and I've got to go over to the house, and I've got to trim this up for the wedding and house thing, and get all showered up. So maybe I will see what. Did anybody have any questions, or did I miss questions? Everybody in the chat. Let's see. I don't
Uh,
think. So. Go ahead, Kitchen.
Now, because Chocolate Man is here, um, I was at Pattaya April at a 10-day quarantine, and later I saw Chocolate Man's videos, and he was walking under my balcony.
Oh, really?
So yes,
See, you're lucky he liked you, James. He could have thrown something at you, but he decided not to.
yes.
Yeah, James
There,
does some great. He told me I should get out and do walking things, and it'd probably be better for my health. But I don't know. I'm not. I got to get better at this vlogging thing. I have a good time with the live streams and doing my videos. I'm starting to get a tiny bit better, but I got to do more videos, and maybe I will incorporate some walking talking. Is this my microphone that's humming? I
Well,
think.
the
Yeah, it is.
getting out on the bike and whatever was good for you, Dave.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm looking forward to doing it again. And like I said, I just got to start eating a little bit healthier. I've went off off the little track a little bit. So once I get moved into the house next week and Tuesday, I already talked to my wife about going back to the gym full time, and I got to start getting up. I get up at 5:30 at the latest, and so I've got plenty of time, even when it's hot, to get out and walk for an hour anyway. And I need to start doing that, getting in that routine because I'm getting too damn fat. I mean, I don't. I've always been big, but now I'm.
Yes.
What did James
The
say? No,
walking
one knows
is
Sarin. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if everybody was, I'm surprised though, the amount of people that watch the channel that I've become friendly with are from. Oh, I went out for a second there, didn't I?
No, you stay.
Am I still back? Catch Bay's
Yeah.
gone. Oh,
Oh,
there he come back. There he is. Hold on, Catch Bay. Okay, there we go.
see you, Mitch.
okay.
You can't tell. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna. What is it now? How long? 2 hours 55 minutes. I'm gonna say lay off the sodium. Yeah, Gary's concerned about my health, but I have met. What I was saying was I have met quite a few people that are from Surin, or their significant other is, and they actually live close to me in California. So it's been quite cool, and the people that I've met, including James, even though he instigates stuff,
Yeah.
Joe and Mitch and Mark and Brock and everybody that I've met on this channel. Tom, I don't know if Tom's still around, but
No,
uh,
Tom's gone.
is he gone? And the Black Sheep, how you doing? But yeah, I think I'm gonna 256 seconds.
Hey,
Catch
Gary.
Bay, thanks for coming on. Brock, of course, thanks for coming on. Everybody in the chat, I really appreciate it. It was really a good live stream. It was a good one to end the this old house on, and we'll start a new one up. Probably going to be, if I had to guess, Monday or Tuesday, unless I do something at the house blessing and wedding. But I want to thank everybody, all the new subscribers, everything. It's been fun. We're having a bunch of fun, and I will continue to do this until I'm not having fun. So, Brock, you want to say goodbye? Catch Bay, you want to say goodbye to everybody? Now would be the
Goodbye,
time.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
If
All right,
somebody
guys.
tries to insult you, own the insult.
All right, there you go. I will catch you all. Let me make sure I'm on the outro. Richard's mom, if you're watching, I'm getting ready to do Richard's outro.
Bye, Richard's
So
mum.
we'll do it. All right, guys. I will catch you on the next one.